What the fuck? It says
He
new
jinxed you.
intro. It says
I
new
said
intro.
no.
It says new
Don't do
intro.
it.
News intro. Or new intro. God damn it.
That was Jazz jinxing you.
God
I fucking
damn it.
said don't do it.
Fuck you.
My balls.
Your bowels or your balls?
Yes, both.
He lost.
That's
How-
disgusting. And
how-
also,
How dare you, Jazz? You ruined everything.
Your shirt says
You
new.
distracted me, and it says over the video clip, it says new intro. So I click it, and it's the news. What
So
the fuck?
rename it. Don't play this first.
Maybe I
Again.
should. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Wardcast, your weekly source for video game news, machinima, and survival horror discussion, updates on the Ward, and more. I'm your host, Sean Clark, alongside Jazz Rich.
Hi.
Hello. Alec Funnel.
Did you know that the first Friday the 13th video game was actually released on the NES in 1989, published by LJN?
I don't think that's true. I think the first Friday the 13th game was released on like a Japanese computer. I don't remember the name of it.
Jason.
But I think you're wrong. Jason? Jason.
Jason.
But yeah. And Carmen De La Cruz. Hello.
hello. How
Hello,
are you
everybody.
today?
Oh,
I would be better if the goddamn fucking intro started properly. That'd be
I
great.
told you.
Jazz
I tried
totally
to help.
jinxed you. I know she did.
I read the name
Fail.
of the file and it
Me.
lied to me. It's not
She
my fault.
Literally said, "Don't do that." But I
Not
thought she
my
was just
fault.
joking until like bad shit happened.
Nobody ever
And,
listens
like,
to Jazz
the
until they're in
image,
the hospital.
The image there's
Oh.
literally no way for me to know. The image is black and it says new intro. What the fuck am I supposed to think?
You should
That's the new intro.
preview it
I need to fix my file names, I guess. I don't know.
or
You know
preview
what you
things so
should
you
do?
know what
Wow.
What?
so you know what you're
You
touching.
should. Well, you should spend 5 hours getting prepared to do a podcast rather than 4.
I already take too long. I can't worry about little things like that.
Also, fuck you, Diz.
Hey, wow. Oh, yeah.
Calls us
Looks
a
like
bunch
a
of
turd.
losers.
Does this not look like a turd?
Her
Every
balls
Monday.
hurt. Leave her alone.
I'm gonna form it into like a little.
Turd.
You know, form it into a
Hello.
little-
Hello. Okay,
Hello.
so I have a little thing to complain about because that's what we do here. That's what I do. It's the life
I'm
that I
loving
live.
it.
So I sold my sealed copy of Fortnite,
Good.
and it's been a fucking massive ordeal because everything that I do is, and that's my life.
Like,
And eBay and people suck. So let me just say that. So I had to buy 3 different shipping labels, and like it ended up costing me a total of $50 just to ship the fucking thing. And so the first shipping label had the wrong return address, and there's like no confirmation or anything like that. I didn't even know until I ordered it. The second one had no insurance, which I thought I paid for and was included, but of course not. So then I had to order it a third time, and because I added the insurance, it tripled the cost, which I didn't fucking know was going to be a thing. So that was great. They charged me $200 in selling fees, just that goes straight to fucking eBay.
and how much was the
And-
item worth?
$201.
Exactly. Yes. And of course the item arrived slightly damaged. Like the guy got it and took pictures and sent it to me. And here I can show you what the what the damage is. Let me find it. Selling online sucks, everybody.
Like literally
don't
one
do it.
scratch that you had to see under like a light.
Do you even see it?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the game Fortnite.
it's
It's
the-
damaged.
Right underneath her knee.
Right.
It's like a little scratchy scratching.
Pretty pretty minimal, right?
Mhm.
Not ideal. And it wasn't like that when I sent it, so that sucks. It must have got damaged when I shipped it. But because of that little line, he fucking sent it back. Like I offered him $100 discount because of that fucking thing, and he wouldn't take it. So he's sending it back.
Wow.
Means I lose all my shipping fees and everything. So right now I paid $250 to sell this thing, and I didn't even sell it because it's coming back to me. So
It's a
that
free game.
You should say no returns, exchanges, or whatever.
would have, yeah, I should have. But I was trying
Do that,
to
and then
well,
take 57 pictures, high def pictures of the same fucking thing from every conceivable angle.
No, just make a video of you putting the thing in the wrapper and be like, "This is what it looks like," and then you're like taking it to the post office.
well, the
Yes.
box was literally like 5 inches thick and just covered in bubble wrap. Like there's no I don't understand how the fuck that happened. Like somebody
Did you write
literally
Probably
fragility?
did
had
it
to
himself.
like
Yeah.
apply pressure to the box, like sit on it or lean on it or something for that
No.
to happen.
That's
So I don't know
Amazon.
how the fuck it happened. And yeah,
No.
it could have even been the buyer. I don't know.
My
But when
theory
I
is
sent
what
it like
Jazz
that,
said.
or when I sent it, it was not like that. My thought is maybe he damaged it a little bit, hoping that I would drop the value down considerably or something, but I don't know. But anyways, we'll see what happens. I got the insurance when I sent it, so I put in a claim. I'm hoping that it gets covered, but we'll see. But the whole fucking thing has just been a nightmare. I knew it wouldn't be smooth, but literally like every fucking possible thing outside of the package getting completely lost has happened. It's been a fucking huge pain in the ass. So we'll see what happens with the insurance. Somebody did message me and asked if I had sold it. So I might have like a secondary buyer potentially too. So I don't know. But like what the fuck? Why I just wanted to sell a thing, put it in a box and send it and be done. Like why is it so complicated? Why is everything so difficult?
I
Because
do want to
Avril
I do want
Maybe.
to question why your shipping fees were. I mean, there was the insurance, the shipping fee, the what? How did this become $200?
Well, $200 was what eBay charged, plus
Mm-hmm.
two
the
shipping labels that were $10
That's fine.
each.
Mhm.
And then there was another $30 uh, with the
For
insurance.
the insurance,
Yeah. So shipping and insurance. But that's
Hmm.
fucking bullshit. Like how do people make a
send-
living on eBay, on like selling through eBay? I don't get it. Like a lot of people, that's their job. How?
Either do they have a premium tier?
You can actually have a business
Yeah.
part of it.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, Sean. That
But it's
sounds
like-
like it sucks major ass.
But it's just like really dangerous because you're at the mercy of the buyer, basically. Because like I've even benefited from that because like I bought a Gamecom system, and like the guy didn't detail like specifically what was wrong with it, and it had like lines going through the screen. And so like I wanted to send it back because like it was literally broken, right? And I didn't know it was broken. And so I asked for a return, and like I just ended up keeping it because the guy didn't want to go through all the bullshit. Like he didn't want to have, to eat the fees, and the seller has to pay for them to ship it back too. So like it's dangerous because if you get somebody that's dishonest and abuses that, like there's nothing you can really do. eBay is going to side with the buyer, and it's just not worth, depending on the item, it's not worth, going through the hassle of having them send it back and jumping through all these hoops and paying these fees and shit like that.
Yep.
I don't know.
So basically,
That's
you
dumb.
do have to cover your ass in the description, which
Mhm.
hearing your side of the story, or not your side of the story, so hearing your experience, I don't mean like your side of the story because I believe it 100%. Hearing your experience makes me realize why companies cover their ass in all these terms of service and stuff. I mean, it's just a little piece of it, but I'm starting to understand like the business perspective a bit. So that sucks for you, and I'm so sorry. And also,
I know.
cover your ass 5 ways from sideways. Like depends on top of you know what I'm saying. Like cover your ass, like get back
But
into
that's the
life.
thing.
It
How
depends.
how how do you do that? Because literally, I sent it and it was fine,
Mm.
and then either during transit it was damaged, or the guy that received it damaged it. But I can't prove that. Like I'm at the mercy of whatever the insurance people are going to be willing to cover.
A good start would be no returns or exchanges, or
But that makes it so much harder to sell something, especially if you're selling something that's like really high value.
But an honest person,
Because if it's complete risk, then like I wouldn't buy something like
if you
that.
show good
But
faith with like a bajillion photographs, if you show good faith and then say no returns, then I think it's easier to sell. Or have any questions, contact me at I don't fucking know. But people do it, and so I have faith that there's a way that you can.
Mhm.
But it sucks that you had to have this experience to begin with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sean did it.
bullshit.
Sean did
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I hate to say that
I
you
blame
have.
Fortnite.
I hate to say that you have.
He didn't
bad
really
luck.
want to give it away. He
Do you
wanted to
really-
keep it, play it.
Do
Yeah,
you have
it's my favorite game.
bad luck? It's a
Mm,
question.
It seems that way sometimes.
Never enough.
Or yeah.
But yeah,
It does.
selling on eBay is garbage. Hey, Jazz.
What?
Oh, what's up, Alec?
I was just going to say, it reminds me of the time that when I bought the Resident Evil 5th or 15th anniversary suitcase that I sent to you eventually. I ended up buying 2 of them because the first one I ordered, it came from China or some faraway land, so it took like 2 months to arrive anyway. And by the time I got the warranty expired, and when I opened it, it was everyone's Golf, a PS2 game.
Wait, inside the box or inside the briefcase, or what do you mean?
No. So I was, you know how big the briefcase is. So what I
Yeah.
got was literally a PS2 box with everyone's golf or tennis in it.
Wow,
I paid £300 for that.
that's fucked up. I remember you telling me that there was some kind of an issue with it, but you didn't tell me all that. That's fucked.
Yeah, good times. eBay. Anyway,
Yeah,
eBay.
eBay's the best. I mean, it's weird too because usually, like you in that situation, you were the buyer.
mhm.
So how long had it been
Like 2 or 3
between when you
months.
ordered it?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, yeah. There's nothing you can do with that. But generally speaking, or I mean, I don't know, even so it was delayed, right? It was out of your hands, the
Yeah.
reason why it took you so long to get to it. So like if you could prove like through tracking or whatever that you didn't get it, I bet you if you went through eBay, you probably could have gotten at
Oh, I
least
did
some
go
kind
through
of a.
eBay, but they didn't refund me.
And they didn't help you?
Nope.
What did they say?
Get fucked, pretty much.
Wow, that's weird because normally they're pretty good about the purchasers, not so much the sellers.
eBay
Oh well.
feels
Anyways,
uncomfy.
fuck eBay.
Yeah, it feels
eBay's
rather
garbage.
Fuck
uncomfy.
'em.
Bunch of poo poo. Hey Jazz, how was your week? Weeks.
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 They were I guess. I mean, the first week was pretty much the same as every other week, work and all that. We had Thanksgiving last weekend.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
happy
pretty
Thanksgiving.
cold. It was cold in the lake, and it was cold outside, and it was cold everywhere.
So you should be happy, right?
I was really happy. I was walking around in actually this shirt, so it was like a t-shirt, but not. The only thing is it was the closing weekend for the cottage, so I helped my mom a lot with like lifting heavy things. Neither of us are supposed to lift heavy things, but I didn't want her to do it alone, and I know like we wanted to get it done, so I lifted a lot of stuff, and now my back hurts. And but we
That's
had
no good.
like a nice campfire. I got some really nice pictures because I'm slowly figuring out the night mode or the night mode setting on my phone's camera, which I've had for like a lot of years. So it's about time I finally learned how to use it. So we went canoeing. We stood in the lake. It was really cold. I started to understand the movie Titanic a little bit more. Just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding. I look for
We're
for a
in the
lot of
water.
times, I was always like, wow, like those guys are fucking idiots. Like I would have survived.
There's
I can
room on the
tolerate
door for
cold.
2.
No, it was more like oh my god, like it's just cold water, deal with it. Like just keep moving and be fine. I was literally standing in the water for like 5 minutes and I was bitching like how painful it was. And it was up to my ankles. And then because of Thanksgiving, last week was pretty it was short because Monday was off, and I started my training at my new department or the new position at work, but I'm still kind of doing both right now, so it's a little tougher. Ghosts.
Ooh.
Alex is throwing shit through the vents. I got cool stuff from the cottage. Like my uncle was there and he just recently moved back from BC, and he had like a jar full of like, I was showing these guys earlier, like a bunch of jade that was like literally taken out of the ocean in BC. It's so sharp. It's so sharp.
And it's broken.
Make
No,
a jade blade knife.
Apparently you can't break the shit. Like you have to use like crystal to fucking cut it or something. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm
Jade?
not gonna cut it.
I thought
Yeah.
like emerald was like the.
I love gemstones. I'm just so
No, apparently apparently
Where
this
were
is really
you
hard
earlier?
so good. I want to touch it. I want to like hold it up to the light.
You
And
can't.
Oh,
You can't.
I can't. What did you call me?
What else? What else have I been doing? I've been watching and like playing a few things. Well, I've been watching
Playing a
things.
few things. So you've been watching Let's Plays.
No.
Oh.
I've been
that would be
watching
legit.
a lot more like Malcolm in the Middle, American Dad. I today started rewatching. Always Sunny in Philadelphia because that show makes me laugh.
It's a good
And
show.
I just noticed that it's on Disney Plus, so I was like, ooh.
It's too toxic.
Oh
for
yeah,
me.
because Fox, right?
Yeah, it's pretty. But it's. I don't know. I like the randomness of it. Like it's just so random sometimes. I finally finished Rookie Blue, that cop show that I really like. That was cool, but now I have no more to watch. I feel like there's other stuff I watched, but I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember.
I need you to remind me, like at like 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. I need you to text me and be like, watch that fucking medical. What is it? Medical police or that?
Yeah.
That what it's
Medical
called?
police.
Send me a text.
That I'm gonna be up at 6
me.
o'clock in the morning to text you? You think
well,
I will remember?
It's my 6 o'clock, so it's later for you. Like sometimes you're awake.
You think I'm gonna be up at 8 o'clock? I will.
I keep forgetting to watch it, but I want to watch it.
I won't remember this shit, but I can put a post-it so that when I wake up, it'll just be a post-it on my phone that says Sean. I threw my post-its at the camera. I don't know where they are now. Okay, I have other ones. D&D is like that. You just post-its everywhere on my desk. I've been sick, so I haven't really done much. Like I had to skip D&D on Friday because I could barely function. And then I tried to play some games. I installed a bunch of games. Played a little bit of PUBG with Alec today. I tried to play some new games, but then I played PUBG. I finally tried Ashen, which is a game I've been wanting to try for a while.
That sounds familiar.
It's really weird. They have no faces. Yeah, I don't really know much about the game because I keep dying. Yeah, so I'll watch more of that. I mean, I'll try more of that. So I wanted to play and stream something, and Lee said that I should play Beyond Two Souls. So I booted it up and then instantly gave up. I was like, eh.
Wow.
But I did get an idea for like a really stupid, maybe Halloween machinima with it. I just don't know if I'll have the time to do it because it's already fucking past halfway October. What else did I do? I went to the store with Beth's sister because Beth is still out of town, and I am bored, and Maggie is bored, so we went shopping. Got some stuff for Halloween costume 1 because there's 2 different costumes, one for the D&D game right before, and then one for the podcast. Air has to come in, and I bought this for $10. $10.
Yes.
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 Yes. And it's on a Blu-ray. So I was
A
trying to
Blu-ray.
describe it to Maggie, and I couldn't, so I just played
Explain.
the "What a time to be alive."
Alive.
Alive.
I don't know this. I
Um,
need to know this.
It's such a good movie.
It's the best movie ever.
Tell
I'm very excited. It's still on Netflix, but at least now I can add it to my collection.
Yeah.
It's a
Netflix it.
musical, so it's a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas. It's Shaun of the Dead meets La La Land.
Equals
a-
amazing.
Yeah, a Christmas
I gotta watch it
musical
now.
with zombies.
Okay.
Christmas musical with zombies, and it's
Right?
Okay,
Like
really
all
fucking
the
good.
all the trigger words that are good.
Yeah.
All the good
It's-
things
I
mashed
know I
into
said
one
like I was
thing.
very limited on zombie stuff that I can tolerate now, but that's one of the ones that like it passed no problem. Instant
I'm
A+.
totally in. I'm totally in.
Yeah. And then I think that's pretty much my week, and my show and tell was just going to be that movie, but my mom said something had to come back. There's 2 show and tells, and I forgot one in my room, so I'm going to leave it there and do it next time. But this one has
Tell
been
us about it.
no. I would get weird
It's-
looks.
Wow.
Continue.
Might be a weapon. I don't know. So this thing has been in my family for years. Like, I think my grandpa that I've never met, obviously, but I think he killed it. It's a baby.
It's a bit what?
It's a baby.
You have a dead baby?
Context is important.
It's a beaver. He's a little beaver. He's stuffed. This is a baby
Uh-huh.
beaver. Look at the size of it. This is a baby beaver.
It's kind of creepy because it looks really happy.
I know.
It's like, I'm so glad to be
And they gave
dead.
him. This is a real beaver, and this is why those pastries shaped like this. We call them beaver tails. That's why, because they look like that.
No.
But this is
Didn't
an
know.
actual real beaver. It's not alive though, but yeah. And I asked my cousin what his name was because he's always just been the beaver on
Is
the
it Bob?
fridge.
Is it
No,
Bob the
she says
Beaver?
it's Mr. Beaver. I think that's I don't know.
Uh-oh.
But he rode shotgun with me on the way back from the cottage. He kept occasionally hitting his head on the door. His little ear, I had to make sure it wasn't broken, but he's still good.
Oh, that's what that was. I thought it was
Yeah.
like a stuffed animal or like a statue or
Nope,
something.
it's an actual stuffed. He's so soft, you guys.
Oh.
He's so soft. Yeah, so he's been on top of the fridge at the cottage for like my whole life. And then he recently moved when we got a new fridge. And now he's on top of a cupboard. But he's always been at the cottage. And I remember like he's still the background on my phone. That one time I put him like last Thanksgiving, I think. So he's still there. Like this guy is gonna be with us forever. My
Forever.
sister's friend is a scout leader. She lives like across the street from me, and she does like their scout troop is called like the Beaver. It's French, but they're called like the Beavers, which is really unfortunate. And she asked if she could bring him for show and tell, and I was like, hey, that means I get to bring him home, right? My mom was like, yeah. I'm like, cool, he's my show and tell. So yeah, my show and tell is literally a beaver, and it's not sexual.
Today I'm showing my beaver.
At one time I ate a beaver tail on the fucking podcast, and I'm shit from Alec for the longest time.
So is the other thing that you can't show in the other room, is that the weapon that killed the beaver?
No, it's a BB
Or
gun.
is it
I'll
your
show you guys.
actual beaver?
It's a BB gun that belonged to my grandpa, and my mom had it like hidden from us our entire lives. And then I asked her what happened to it. She was like, it's in a garbage bag under my bed. I'm like, can I have it? She's like, okay. And also Beth's spare keys look like Batman. So you guys have to help me find a way to make it Batman. I'm going to put like Batman face on it. So that's all. That was a long week. I'm sorry, but there was a beaver. So I can officially say there's a pet beaver in my apartment. Alec,
Yes.
I hope I pointed to him.
No.
I was not dabbing. What?
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna be right back in 4.5 seconds.
Okay.
She dabbed. Get out of
Wow.
here.
Get out of here
Meanwhile,
with your
Alec-
dab.
4, 5,
and a half.
6.
Can you see
7.
me?
Seven.
No, that was not enough time. Okay, Sean, quickly say a word, anything, something.
Word. word.
Nice. Say to your mother.
A Word Productions.
Nah.
Say okay.
Word. Word.
All right. All right.
It sure
Sean
says
was
it.
lagging. He was lagging in my pooter.
Hi.
How was your week, Alec?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Tell us about the
I
echo.
Okay, I should. Right. So I'm actually upstairs on the first floor because if I'm downstairs, you guys can hear Alex snoring, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it's either the echo or snoring. So type in the comments which you prefer. But yeah, this is the master bedroom. It's just drying the plasterboard, so that's probably why it's so echoey at the minute. Because there's puckle in it. But yeah. My week. I played Deliver Us the Moon.
Yay!
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 I'm kind of enjoyed it. I'm kind of, it's not brilliant, but it's alright.
I like it.
That's like
I like
high
it.
praise in your book.
Exactly.
It's
I
all
mean,
right.
it's
It's
a
high
really good
praise.
game.
I actually played it for more than 2 hours, so it was like, oh. I like how the game doesn't actually hold my hand with the puzzles. It's just like,
Oh my god, those puzzles.
okay,
I love hand holding though.
The plot is essentially where the world is run out of energy because Putin. So they set up a base on the moon so they can send the energy to the Earth from the moon. But then something goes wrong. So you have to go.
Something goes wrong. So dramatic.
Something goes.
And then you, as a player, you have to go back to the moon and go see what the problem was. So yeah. Also played PUBG with Jazz. I played Yakuza 0.
What?
Yeah.
You hated it,
Yakuza
didn't you?
0.
You hated it, didn't you?
Ah, my stomach.
It's not my type of game, but it's okay.
Wow.
I didn't have the moon in it.
No
When
moons.
when you're actually fighting and the music kicks in and it's like, all right, yeah, this is getting it, but it's so fucking long-winded with the conversations, and it's just like, I just want to beat someone up.
Just want to
It's
pee.
not that kind of game. It's more of a story-driven game than a beat 'em up.
Yeah.
But it's called Yakuza. You think there'd be more crime,
There's plenty of crime.
but not beating
Maybe
up.
it's just all about intrigue.
It's about being a badass.
I'll give it another shot. It's going to take me a while to ever complete a new Yakuza game.
It's about being like a dragon.
Anyway, I played Siren Blood Curse because I wanted to play some kind of like horror games.
That's the second one, right?
It's a PSP.
Wow.
Credence doesn't know.
Diz. Diz learned how to do crimes better because of Yakuza 0.
It's a training simulator
I think it's the other way around.
for crime.
They base the crimes off her life.
Maybe.
I can see. I only beat the first episode in Siren Blood Curse, but I can see some machinima kind of potential. Camera's a little bit funny on it, but I also played Soma. Not very long, admittedly, because I just spent the entire time playing Soma, picking stuff up out in the apartment and just chuck it on the floor, make everything a mess, and then there was one of the things where you have to take the doctor's medicine, and I was like, everything's on the floor. I had no idea what the medicine is, so I gave up on it.
You didn't even get to past that part.
Maybe it's the good drugs.
So I watched The Curse of Halloween Jack.
This is Halloween.
It's
What?
painful.
It's the curse of
Curse-
Halloween, Jack.
Halloween
Is it like a
Jack?
B movie? I mean, like
Yes, I think it's like some
B film,
bunch of Irish people.
Wow, racism.
right? Yep.
No, literally.
Literally.
Literally racist, or they're literally from Ireland.
Both.
Yes. Two things can be real.
But yeah, it's painful to watch, and just, I mean, there's a scene where the killer puts a mobile phone
Hashtag crime.
puts a mobile phone into some girl's mouth, and that kills her. And you're just like, how? How does that kill her?
So, like, Saw the imaginary version?
I don't even know where to begin with that one, but yeah.
Frequency. Like, I can fake a excuse for that. Like, maybe frequencies like rattled her brain and made her brain liquefy or something. But I'm guessing they didn't have such thoughts.
They didn't have the budget to do much, so it's like
You don't need budget for dialogue. You just say some bullshit that sounds plausible and get on with it. Like even referential. See, I'm gonna get nerdy. Sorry, never mind. Go ahead.
So on to show and tell, I guess. I've probably done this book before, but since I picked it up from my mum and dad's, it's Lee's WWE World Heavyweight Championship replica belt.
Fancy.
I'm so confused. I'm nodding and smiling, but like, what does he have to do with the? There's
Sports.
I've missed some context. I mean, it's impressive, but also what the fuck?
Oh, well, what do you mean? So, like, this is my brother Lee's title. Why do I have it?
Yeah. Why does he have it?
They wrestled. He won it.
No. Lee wanted us at Christmas to like play a game of either Monopoly or Scrabble, and I won at Scrabble, so I'm the champion.
That's a hell of a
I
Scrabble.
want to see that happen in WWE or whatever. Like two guys enter the ring. There's like a table in the middle. They just sit down and they play Scrabble, and the winner gets the belt.
Loses, flips the table like fucking Jesus.
Yeah, it could still happen. You never know. But yeah, this is one of the good-looking championships, and unfortunately nowadays, the championships all just have a big WWE logo on it, and it's just like, okay, and it's in different colors,
details like an actual plaque that has like from this year to this person for this event.
Yeah, pretty much.
Laziness.
Yeah. But Carmen, how was your week / however long it's been since you last been here?
I don't remember when the last. I literally don't remember the last time I was here. But it's been pretty good. Except last week. Okay, let's bring it back a few weeks. So so I think Sean talked about the video game convention that he was at, and I was there with him. And at some point during that weekend, I believe it was at a restaurant, but I had my mask on nearly the entire time, but somehow I came away from that event with a cold. And
you got it from
your
mask.
No, not possible. But I was like, Sean, were you sick? And he's like, no, I feel fine. And I'm like, okay, well, fuck you then. And no, but I think we got it from a restaurant or whatever, but me got it from a restaurant. And I was sick, had to take 2 days off of work last week. Like I worked like 2 hours of one day, and I was like, no, I just literally can't. So I was sick and I was sad, and I was mostly better by Friday. That was cool. So Saturday, I went to the and not this Saturday that happened, but last Saturday, I went to Elitch's for Fright Fest, and it was fun. It was good, but it was also extremely lame because half the rides weren't. It was fun. It was good to be out with friends and be doing something and laughing and whatever. But the actual Fright Fest was kind of lame in the sense that half the rides, when you go before Fright Fest starts, when Elitch Gardens is still open, which if anyone's not familiar, Elitch Gardens is our main amusement park here. Elitch's closes at like 6, and that's when Fright Fest kind of begins. And we got there before 6 so we can go on the rides. Half of them were down. So that sucked ass. And then I decided I wanted to look cute. Like, a lot of people were dressed up in costume. You can't do full face or anything because they want to be able to distinguish their monsters from you. And also probably for safety reasons or security reasons or whatever. You're not allowed to do full face makeup. So I was a pirate, and I had the cutest pirate boots and the cutest pleather pants, and I felt like hot stuff, except I could not walk because of said boots. And I was hobbling like the whole time, like literally in agony by the end of the night, and lost a heel to my boot, by the way. But anyway, and the actual, what do you call it, haunted house that we paid additional money for. We paid $35 for 2 haunted houses, and we only managed to go to one. We spent an hour in line, and it was just the lamest shit. And like, I thought that I was going to be like scared, and I was like, oh, I haven't done a haunted house since I was 16. It was lame. It was not impressive. There was only one part that was remotely scary, and the only reason for that is because it was completely whited out. The entire room was completely whited out. You just had to keep walking forward and trust that you don't walk into somebody or something. And it was just fog, and it was kind of hard to breathe. So that was an interesting time, and that was good. And this week I had a pretty normal week, and I watched some new things. I have gotten into Once Upon a Time recently, so that's fun. Yes, I'm in season 2 right now. It's my show that I watch now while I'm working. It's my nighttime show, which I don't watch it when I'm sleeping like some people. I just watch it to wind. Yeah, no, I can't. I no. But I mean, good on you, but I can't. So, but I do watch it every other minute of the day, and that's great. It's kind of soap opera-y, but it keeps it keeps bringing me back. And I was talking to Jazz about, I don't know if that the writing is like really solid and good sometimes, and really cheesy in others, and I can't decide, is this good writing or is this bad writing? Usually writing in a show is consistent enough that I can literally just say, like, I have an opinion about the quality of the writing, and it is this. It is an 8, a 4, a fucking 2, a fucking 11.5, whatever. It's just, it is what it is. But here it's like not even every other episode. It's different parts within the same episode. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But I keep getting drawn back because I cannot predict the future or where they're going with the characters. Completely can't predict it. So I love that. Well, I'm entertained by that. And then I watch She-Hulk, and I have a feeling that Sean's going to have opinions about She-Hulk, and I have a feeling that we're going to have opposing opinions about She-Hulk, but I kind of love it a whole lot. And I'm a fan of the woman who plays She-Hulk. I think her name is Tatiana Maslany or something. But she played in Orphan Black, which is the first time and the only other thing that I've seen her in. Whereas if you've ever seen Orphan Black, she plays like, I don't know, between like 8 and 16 different characters or something, because the premise of that show is this woman sees her doppelganger, and the original woman's name, I think, is Sarah. and Sarah sees her doppelganger commit suicide, and she freaks out, and she's like a grifter, so she like tries to take over her doppelganger's life, and then comes to find out that she and her doppelganger were clones. And this is Orphan Black, not She-Hulk, but obviously, but come to find out that they were clones in a clone experiment, and so there's like a ton of them. So she plays every other version of herself, obviously, and it's fantastic, and she's a fantastic actress, and I have opinions about She-Hulk, so many, but that's what I was up to. And for show and tell, it's not much, but it makes me happy. I got these little D&D earrings, these little dice earrings. I don't know if you can see them, but they're one of the new things that make me so happy. They are, you can't quite tell, but they're like a bluish purple, like a light lavender blue, like a blueberry blurple kind of color.
Blurple.
And blurple, yes. And I had a car, my beautiful car that was blurple also, which I no longer have my blurple car. Yeah. And like, I didn't show you this, but this is a new dice pad, whatever you call it, like dice tray, new D&D dice tray.
Ooh.
With dragon scales. Yay.
Dragon scales.
Yes, it would be even better if it were textured. It's just a flat pattern, but I like it.
Though.
It's pretty. It makes me happy. And so far as games, I haven't done anything new yet. I've just played a little tiny bit more of Tomb Raider, and I think that's it.
Tomb
And
Raider.
I think
Didn't
I mentioned
Steam
before.
just say that you were playing Neverwinter?
I was downloading it. Yes, because
Oh yeah, I also played that.
but I haven't played it
Must
because
have been real good.
Jazz was talking about Neverwinter on our other Discord forum for the D&D, and they were talking about how it's an excellent game, but it has like bad grinding and this, that, and the other. And I have been downloading it today, but I had to remove things from my computer because my computer has a really teeny tiny little hard drive. So because it's a solid state drive, so it has like shit for gigs. So I had to
Teeny tiny hard drive.
Yeah, but that's it. That's what I've been up to. I think I can't even remember. Probably that's what I've been up to. What else have I watched?
Time coming back.
Coming
tiny
back
hard
to
drive.
me now.
Teeny tiny hard drive.
What else have I watched? What else? I can't remember. It'll come to me. But yeah.
We're not going to wait for it to come to you, though.
No, that's fine. I get it.
We
I get it.
We
I
got
get
to
it.
move on.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I
Gotta
got
go into
excited.
the light.
Sean,
I got a little excited.
Sean, I'm just wondering which one of us is going to be the next one that has D&D dice or something to do with D&D.
Sean,
I mean, I guess I'd be the closest one because I have dice for the Resident Evil board games, but that's my contribution.
Not the same.
My dice, you roll them and they have little bang bangs because you shoot the zombies.
this is his foot
don't
in
have
the door.
numbers.
Don't. Yeah, this is his foot in the door. Don't discourage it, Jazz, because this is our in.
Keep
I don't
going,
think
man.
I'll ever like it as much as you guys do, but I'm willing to try.
How was your week, Sean?
I don't give me that face.
Nerd.
Wow.
What do you think of the Hulk, Sean? The She-Hulk.
I watched the last bit of the She-Hulk, and it's caca, and it's poo poo.
Best.
It has moments that are good, but I'm tired of seeing the message. All right, just stop it.
It's not even. See, we're gonna fight.
It's fine. We're not going to talk about it on this podcast, but it has fucking problems. And
It does not.
if you really look at it, like they're pretty glaring and they're really dumb, and they don't need to be there.
They're fine.
You can tell the story that they're trying to tell without doing the dumb shit that they force into everything these days. I watched that. I watched oh God. I watched Halloween Ends. That was real bad. Holy shit. That is the worst Halloween movie they've ever made. And there's been some bad ones.
Oh, is it like a
So,
Michael Myers Halloween movie?
yeah.
Oh wow, it's not just like a movie.
It's the ending of the new trilogy. Like they kind of rebooted it in a way. Like they started over and they made a sequel to the first one, and then they made a trilogy out of that. And it's
They remastered the remake.
So is it the
basically,
is this the fifthology?
and it's fucking awful. It's too new to go into spoilers, but it's fucking, it's terrible. It's one of those movies, like it feels like a fan fiction, like a really shitty fan fiction by a bad writer that just didn't know what the fuck they were doing, and they were just trying to have a goofy fun time with an existing property. That's what it felt like.
But those make money. Just ask what's her bitch who wrote 50 Shades.
I don't think it's gonna work this time. It's fucking horrible. But yeah, I'll talk about that another
50
time, I
Shades of
guess, when it's
Halloween.
not so it literally came
there's
out like
not
2
enough-
days ago, but
There's not enough sex in it, probably.
don't watch it. It's bad. I saw Amsterdam. That was bad as well. It was
Good job.
boring. I think I'm on season 9 of Big Bang Theory, and I saw Smile, which is a horror movie with a really great idea. Like the concept is really cool, but the execution was kind of bland.
What's
I've seen
Amsterdam?
I've seen trailers for Smile. It's weird.
Amsterdam's just like I don't even know what you would
It's not
call it. It's
New
like a
Amsterdam.
crime. No,
Oh,
it's like a
okay.
crime drama. It's got Christian Bale in it.
Okay.
Margot
It's
Robbie.
hamsters that curse.
So
Yeah,
I was
I don't
like,
know.
New Amsterdam
It's a
is a
what?
good show, but I had never.
No,
heard
no,
of
no. It's a movie.
Amsterdam.
It's a movie.
It's hamsters that curse. Amsterdam.
Hamsterdam.
Hamsterdam.
It's
I would
hamsters trying to be
watch
beavers.
that. That would be amazing. I would watch that. I played some video games. I know, it's amazing. I streamed D. I streamed the D.
Sean,
Oh
And,
get
my!
demonetized.
OnlyFans.
No, I
And,
made that joke earlier.
that was pretty terrible.
How are your
Yes, it was.
OnlyFans, Sean?
It's pretty. Wow, that game is not what I thought it was, and I'm gonna spoil it because that game came out in 1996. So if nobody knows, you're like me.
Oh wait, I think I remember it.
And that game, I guess the D is for Dracula, apparently, because you knew that?
Dracula from the
You
Hood.
didn't know that. What are you talking
No,
about?
I'm saying, like, sure it is.
What?
D to the killer.
Wow.
D
I
is
don't
for
know.
But
Dracula.
yeah, you know, the D.
The
But
D,
yeah,
the
so
sucking D, right, right.
apparently your fucking Dracula is like running around fucking possessing people for
Giving
some
people
reason.
the D.
He's giving people the D
Well,
for
at least someone's running around
no
in that fucking
reason.
game.
Yeah, it's not Laura. That's for sure.
Is it a
You're not the
fucking
one
game?
running around, because that is the slowest game I've ever played in my entire life. And that includes like point and click games, everything. It's the slowest game that's ever existed ever. And it's dumb. It has the dumbest story. It's terrible. And that is one of those games that's going for like fucking a couple $100, like if you want to buy a physical complete version. It's all the bad games. All the bad games are really expensive.
So what's this
For
playing
some
on?
reason. PlayStation 1.
Mm.
But yeah, you can't run. You can't even
can't
really
hide.
choose the direction you're going. It's like, okay, well, I want to walk forward, so I'm going to press forward, but instead you go left for like
That's-
10 minutes. It's
Story
like
of my
getting on
life.
the it's like taking a fucking like getting onto the freeway by accident when you're trying to get somewhere and you're just committed to driving in the wrong way for fucking 5 minutes. Like that's
Oh,
the whole
God.
game. It's terrible. But yeah, I finished it. I played the whole thing. It was very short. It was like 2 hours long. I got the bad ending somehow. I thought I did good, but apparently not. But yeah, I streamed a Halloween game. It was good. I played more Solstice. That's good. I played the demo of Romancylvania,
Ooh.
and it seems like it's going to be a good game, but I couldn't play it for very long because it was really glitchy and the PC version is garbage. Like all the tutorial stuff, like what the buttons do and how to play the game are mapped out for a controller, but I couldn't use my controller. I plugged in 2 different controllers, neither of them worked. So I had to just kind of guess my way through the keyboard to figure out what did what. So I identified like the bare minimum controls and tried to go through it that way, and it was not an enjoyable experience. It was glitchy, it crashed a couple times, but I mean, it gave me a general idea of like what the game's going to be like, and it seems okay. It's going to be what it promised, I think, and that's all I care about.
Is there a rating
And
for that?
probably. It's a Kickstarter game, so it's not really
Oh,
not
super
very
duper
well known.
Mhm.
And yeah, I've been doing something. I've been redeeming my movie codes, my digital movie codes, like all
The ones
the physical copies of movies that I've bought over the last like 10 years. I've just been collecting the codes. Like that's all codes.
Jesus.
It's a shit ton. So I've just been going through and redeeming all those to see if they even were valid. A lot of them say they expired in like 2012, but most of them are working, surprisingly enough.
Hey, the ones that are
So
expired, maybe you can like reach out to the main company and say, "Hey, I kind of sat on this. Can you give me free
they're
stuff,
not going to give a shit.
please?"
That's my fault that I waited.
They might.
And honestly, I don't care. It's digital. I don't give a shit.
Hmm.
But now I have a massive digital library. So exciting. Yay.
Hmm.
But the cool thing is, like I registered on Sony's website and the Disney website, and some of the digital redemptions get you points. So I ended up getting a free Disney movie, and I ended up getting a $20 PSN card, which is kind of cool just for redeeming all those digital movies. Kind of neat. Still cleaning up my game collection. I don't think I'll ever be done with that. And so I don't think I talked about this on the podcast, but Carmen mentioned that we went to that retro video game convention thingy. It was the first one of those that I've ever been to. It's pretty cool. It's not your traditional like video game convention. Like you're not gonna meet voice actors or developers or anything crazy like that. It's basically just a convention for a bunch of people. Bye, Carmen. Just
I'm here. I swear I'm here.
just a convention for a bunch of
You
people
said
to
you
kind
said
of get
something
together
convention something.
and sell their own games. And there's like stores that'll go there and set up shop, and you can buy retro and current video games from them. So it's just kind of cool to shop around and find some deals and things like that. And they had this like carnival style game where you had to fucking like hold replica of Cloud's giant ass sword from Final Fantasy VII, and it's just
It's called
basically
Cloud's
this
Challenge.
heavy ass slab of fucking steel, and you have to like hold it still for as long as possible. Like I think you're supposed to hold it for like 2 minutes straight, and I got like a minute and a half and gave up. But that was just kind of a neat little idea for a carnival game, I thought. But I wasn't
That's
gonna
Sean.
exhaust my like the little bit of energy I had for that day. I wasn't gonna waste that trying to hold a fucking slab of metal, so I gave up.
That's Sean
And
Loki trying to brag on his physical prowess because
and
like I could not lift that thing for literally like 2 seconds. I have no upper body strength. I know this is your thing, but I want to comment. So like it was life size, and I'm over here trying to like, since you're only allowed to hold it by the handle and not like balanced in any kind of way. I'm over here like trying to like cheat by like trying to place it on my arm and my elbow into my stomach and like hold it with my yeah, it did not work. Hold it with my leg and everything, and
Now I want to do this.
yeah. I know, right? It was
that's kind of cool. And I don't know how familiar you are with that sword, but
the
basically
Buster Sword.
the blade is like the whole sword, and there's this like
Mhm.
tiny little fucking handle that's like 4 inches long
The
and like
pommels literally like this.
the width of a quarter, and you
Mhm.
can't touch the blade at all. You've just got to take both hands and grip the fucking tiny little handle and hold it straight for 2 minutes. And it's like, oh, 2
Yeah.
minutes, that's nothing. But like
Centrifugal
when
force.
when you're holding it and the gravity is going that way, and you have just like this shitty grip on that tiny handle,
And the thing's like
it's
You have
easily
to
so hard.
shift. You have to
40 or
shift
50
your.
pounds.
Yeah, you have to shift your like. You have
Weight.
to work. Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
can't.
you have to
You're
counterbalance it,
literally like not allowed to.
but
And
gravity is against you. You can't just like position yourself to balance out the weight. Like gravity's the fucking sword is way heavier than your center of balance is ever going to
Yeah.
be. But yeah,
I
it's
had
just
that.
cool.
I was trying that thing and it was wobbling like a mofo. Like it was like vibrating so hard.
Yeah, it's funny. We were watching
The
other people
the
try to
guys
do
like
it, and
saying
they're
like,
just like
okay,
fucking shaking. It's funny.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I kept mine, like not to brag, but I kept mine pretty straight for the whole time, and I think I probably could have done it, but literally, shut the fuck up. Literally, the only thing that you win for lasting the whole time is you get a tote bag.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to exhaust myself for a tote bag. No, I'm good.
Or
But yeah,
for the
it was cool
rights
though.
to say that you did it, which I
Ooh,
could
hey,
not.
I came close
really
enough.
wanted to.
I came close enough.
Motherfucker was like 50 pounds. I swear. I don't know. I asked the guy specifically,
Oh
how
yeah,
much does this weigh?
it
He's
was,
like, I
it
really
was
don't
more
know.
than
They
that.
didn't tell me.
It was
Was
more
it more than that?
Oh,
It
yeah.
felt,
That thing was
yeah,
heavy as shit.
yeah.
And then I also got some pretty good pickups there, which I'll do for my show and tell.
Like
I
trucks.
got pickup
Like,
trucks.
like,
Yeah.
hey, baby,
I
did you
got,
fall from
Sean's
heaven?
got
Because
Sean's got hose now. That's
are
all.
you an angel?
Yeah.
Because you fell from heaven. I don't know.
I've been trying to kind of build up my NES collection a little bit, so I got Zelda, and it's like super shiny and like in really good condition. So I got that. I got Batman.
Yeah, man.
That's a really good game. I got Fighting Force 2. I already had the first one.
Fisting
You know
Force.
that's bad, right?
Oh, it's terrible. It's fucking horrible. Yeah. Speaking of horrible, I also got Nightmare Creatures. This game's terrible, but it's kind of rare. So this is a good one for the collection. I played that when it came out like a million years ago, and I didn't like it then. But I don't know. I wanted to give it another try too, because like I like like old school PS1 horror games. And yeah.
Except for D.
Except no, that is no bueno. I got Hercules, which is this game's actually getting really rare too for some reason, but it's like a good side-scrolling action adventure game. Got Tekken 3. I want to get all the Tekkens. I think Tekken 3 now is the only Tekken game I have on PS1. So I want to get 1, I want to get 2, and I think I'm missing a couple of them on PlayStation 2 as well, but I want to get all the Tekken games. And this was a fucking amazing deal. Legend of Legaia. This game is super ass rare. And it was just sitting there in like a stack of other games. Like it doesn't have the box or anything like that, but it was $5. And that game goes for like $45 just for the disc. So like finding that for $5 was amazing. I was kind of freaking out. So that's really cool. I got a couple reproduction games, like kind of fan games. This is Final Fantasy VII on the NES. So I want to see what that's like. And I got Resident Evil on the Game Boy Advance or the Game Boy Color. Bad. And that's going to be really terrible too. It's based on the code. Like Capcom was actually developing Resident Evil, a port for the Game Boy Color, and it got canceled. And then the code leaked onto the internet and people kind of completed it. So it's essentially what it would have been had Capcom released it. So I'm really curious to see what that's like. But yeah, that's the stuff I got at the convention and my show and tell. Ta-da!
Yeah.
What about
this most recent week?
That I don't want to be show and telling for like an hour. I feel like that encompasses both weeks. That's plenty. That is plenty. But
just make sure.
But
guess what time it is?
Oh, Alex listening now.
Wow. Guess what time it is?
Time for the news.
Time for butts.
Almost 10.
Cowboy butt sex.
Sodomy.
What? Time for some news.
I like how that just looks like a random bunch of video.
I was going to ask you
like news things, like things that are happening. You know?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, why did you pick Ellie in the helicopter?
Because it was like a news chopper, like you know, there's a medic helicopter crashed and this kid jumped on it to save him. I don't know. Okay. I was out of footage and I didn't want to use Chris again.
I was out of footage.
Yeah.
The best reason.
I don't have a lot of video footage on my computer yet.
But you have the internet. There's all kinds of
It's
know
full of
that.
footage.
video. That's
Yeah, it's all over the
yeah.
place.
I don't want to go look for videos on the internet.
Also, I know it's been a minute, but hello, Andrew. How are you doing? We're doing good. Welcome. Horizon. Horizon news. Horizon Zero Dawn has been reported to have a remake and a multiplayer game in the works for PS5. My question is, why?
For years.
Why?
I mean, I think a multiplayer thing would be really cool. They've been talking about that for years.
Mm-hmm. But why does everything have to have multiplayer? You know what I mean?
Because this would be fun multiplayer.
Hmm.
Hey, at least they're not doing a fucking VR.
God damn it. Technical difficulties. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Oh no, I
Her
think I have to.
focus is different.
I am so confused with her eye.
Her eye?
There's something weird with it.
Okay. So I might not be seeing the updated chat. So if I'm ignoring you, it's not on purpose. But yeah, Horizon. So yeah, this seems to be the trend that Sony's following for their film adaptations. Uncharted got an HD remaster on PS5 around the time that the movie came out. Last of Us got the remake for the show, and Horizon's going to be the next treatment because they're making. Is it a Horizon show or a movie? I don't remember.
I think it's a show.
Okay. But anyways, so Horizon is the next property they're going to be moving over to film. So it seems like the perfect time for them to do their remake because they want them money dollars.
Money
But
dollars.
this goes back to the same conversation of, is this necessary? The Last of Us came out in 2014, and that was, debatable as to whether that was justified or not. I'd say for the most part, it's really not. And then you have Horizon that came out in 2017. So we're talking about remaking a game that's 5 years old in a video game environment where like graphical improvements are pretty minimal, from not only from game to game, but from console to console. So 5 years is not really enough time for technology to progress enough to warrant a remake. And then look at the comparison. Like, yeah, in the second Horizon game, you can see more detail. It does look better. It's more impressive. But look at the original Horizon. It looks fantastic. That game does not need a reboot, or I mean a remake. It looks great.
Agreed.
I just double checked my notes from that time I hosted, and it's a TV series, a Netflix TV series.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
adaptation. Adaptation.
Yeah. So yeah, this
probably
is
fail.
No.
wow. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see.
That's some
We'll see
hate.
how The Last of Us does. Maybe it'll get canceled if that does really terrible. Who knows?
Same actor.
I hope not. Same actor?
Well, this guy from the Resident Evil series is in Horizon, so if they use him to play his character, it would be pretty cool.
They won't. That would make too much sense. Why would they do that?
They'll make him a white guy instead.
Oh my god.
They'll get DC Douglas.
Wow. Yeah, at this point I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, so this is definitely even worse than the Last of Us remake. But the problem is, like, again, it's going to be a $70 game. Remaking. Yeah, possibly if they do like a deluxe version. They're doing deluxe versions for like $90.
90 here.
Oh,
120 for deluxe.
Right. Yeah. So that's fucking insane, especially when we're not making games that are justifiably in need of a remake. Like Horizon is one of the worst things to pick because it's one of the most gorgeous games out there in general. Like, even comparing it to modern releases, the original Horizon looks fucking great. Stupid. Games that need a remake are, decades old. Bring those back. They need it. Bring them to a new audience. You don't need to be doing this.
Carmen.
And then if my concern too is
remake.
If this continues to happen, if they continue to do these pointless remakes of more modern properties, then it's going to become the normal. And then we're going to continue to see, more and more remakes that aren't needed, that are overpriced. And then that's just going to be a part of gaming again. We enable all these really shitty practices to bear fruit. And there's no reason for it. Don't buy these games. I know I bought The Last of Us. I'm an offender. But at least that one, I kind of explained my perspective on that. I wanted to play it to see what it was about and what the differences were. And that one is at least, 2014. If you compare the remake to the original version, it is a pretty substantial upgrade. It's just that, remaster in the middle that makes things murky. But with something like this, it's just no bueno. Technical difficulties.
It works now.
Good.
My chat was not updated, and so I did some refreshing and some testing, and we're good.
Gotcha. So Jazz, how does this make you feel? You're the resident Horizon fan. Are you excited about this? Do you care?
Want to play it no matter what they do to it. I want to play Horizon all the time. There's 3 Aloys looking at me right now, and it's really uncomfortable. But the other one says, "Come at me, bro." So it's
wow.
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, I figured you would be. It's still pointless though.
You're pointless.
Wow. Wow. And then the multiplayer thing. Wow. Bye. Welcome back, Carmen. But I guess initially Horizon was going to do, I don't know if they were going to do it in the original game or if they were going to do like a side game, but they had planned on doing some kind of like a Monster Hunter-esque multiplayer. I don't know if it was in like a separate game or just like a drop in, drop out multiplayer. Wow. Aspect of the original game that got scrapped. But Guerrilla was already working on some form of multiplayer. So if they do this multiplayer game, I'm hoping it's an expansion of that rather than trying to do some stupid like multiplayer versus thing. It'd be interesting to see them do more of like a Monster Hunter style cooperative, like take down the giant machines kind of a thing. What do you want from that, Jazz? If they do the multiplayer thing? You want a Monster Hunter thing? I know you like Monster Hunter, right?
I just honestly, if they do it like a co-op, if they do it, maybe. I mean, I want to say I'd be okay with the versus thing, but at the same time, like versus games, I don't like those. Like if you look at the Tomb Raider, like you have to grind the shit out of the versus mode to even be able to play as Lara. And they're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna give you all the side characters. They'll be like random Nora, random fucking other dudes, Binook or whatever, and then you'll never get to play as like actual Aloy. It'll be like the board game.
The purpose.
It'll be like the board game where Aloy's not even a character. It's just random hunters.
Why can't you have Aloy in like 19 different costumes? That would make people probably happy.
Right? Blue Aloy, pink Aloy. It's like Halo, but they're all Aloys. It's Halo.
Yeah, Aloys.
Aloy. Wow.
Haloy
random thought. Every time you say Aloy, you know what I think of? Is aioli. You know what aioli is?
Garlic?
Yeah, it's garlic. Kind of
garlic Aloy.
Garlic mayonnaise, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how to pronounce that. Every time I go to Subway, I'm like the garlic one. Aloy.
I just feel if they do like a versus kind of thing, it goes against the nature of the original. It's like it's not a fucking versus game. You're not trying to kill other players or people from what I've seen. But like still I'm sure there's elements of that where you're fighting other people.
But you can.
But like it's not built around that. Like obviously the core gameplay concept is you're hunting the machines, right? So
what if you have one person playing the machine and then the players have to try to kill the machine, but the machine player can try to kill the player?
That's Dead by Daylight.
No, but like
yeah, I'm getting kind of tired of that.
It'd be like the Left 4 Dead when you can play as the creatures.
I like the idea of like doing it like a raid where like a bunch of people are up against some giant big baddie. Although I've never played the game because my computer won't run it. But still.
I know what you're talking about, Andrew.
Yeah, me too.
I had the trailer
I can't
up
remember
last
what
week.
It's called. It's Wild something, right?
Yeah, Wild Hearts.
Wild Hearts.
It looked okay.
Yeah, that looks like it could be all right. We'll see.
Okay. It's no Halo,
but
whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think there's more opportunity to do something unique and interesting with Horizon rather than just we're making another multiplayer thing that's just gonna fucking disappear into the crowd.
I gotta go now. I'm gonna go play Horizon. Bye.
Okay, bye. All right. Speaking of games that need a remake, the Legacy of Kain series may make a return if there is enough demand.
Oh my gosh.
Face.
See, this This right here needs a remake because it
Just
looks
the
like
picture
shit.
needs a remake.
Oh
But
my
no, instead of
gosh.
remaking this, let's remake Horizon.
Looks like
It
he's got a
looks-
rubber
that
boot on
looks
his
amazing.
arm
Looks
Looks
like
like
a
a me
10-year-old.
character.
and a
It probably
foam sword.
It looks like a 10-year-old
Yeah.
did the graphics.
Just the face,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. All very good reasons as to why we should remake a game like this instead of Horizon.
But that was hot shit back in the day.
Yeah, when it came out, it looked great.
Now it just looks like shit.
So similar to
Shit.
Capcom's approach with RE2 remake, Crystal Dynamics recently opened a survey asking participants several questions about the dormant franchise, including how would you feel if a new Legacy of Kain was announced, and if a reboot, remake, remaster, or a sequel would be preferred.
Mhm.
So that's good. They're gauging interest. So depending on how that survey goes, if they get enough fan reaction from that, then they might revisit the franchise, which would be nice because I really like that series, and it's been unfortunate that it kind of faded away into obscurity, especially the original one I really liked. I'd love for them to go back and remake the original Legacy of Kain because as you can see, it looks like shit. And
Yeah.
that's the better looking part of it, if you can believe it. I
Oh,
have an
dear.
image of the actual gameplay that I can show you,
Do it.
and it's not great.
Do it. I want to see it. Give us some context.
This is what it looks like.
It's so cute and little.
It's no bueno.
Do you remember when half your screen was your fucking health bars and shit?
Right?
Pepperidge Farm
So, yeah.
remembers.
Do they?
Mm.
Mm.
Jack, say hi.
Well, yeah, the original Legacy game is Legacy of Kain
Legacy game.
game. Legacy of Game.
It's a legacy game
Kain.
for sure.
The original Legacy of Kain game is really good, and I feel like a lot of people have missed out on it and will never even know about it unless it does get something like a remake or some kind of like revitalization. So it'd be a great opportunity for them to do that and bring it back. So I hope that they do that. The survey is already closed. Otherwise, I would recommend, looking into it and supporting it if you're interested, but it's already gone. And give me 1 second. Technical difficulties.
Jazzical difficulties.
She has vanished. Bayonetta 3. There's drama afoot.
Hello, babe.
Drama is afoot. Recently, Bayonetta developer Platinum Games has made a statement about replacing the previous voice actress, Helena Taylor, who voiced Bayonetta in the first two titles. Platinum Games cited the reason as follows, quote, various overlapping circumstances made it difficult for Helena Taylor to replace her role. We held auditions to cast the new voice of Bayonetta and offer the role to Jennifer Hale, whom we felt was a good match for the character. Jennifer Hale has previously voiced the female version of Shepard in Mass Effect and Samus Aran of Metroid fame. Platinum Games addressed fans' concerns about the replacement as follows, quote, I understand the concern some fans have about the voice change at this point in the series, but Jennifer's performance was way beyond what we could have imagined. I'm confident that her portrayal of Bayonetta will exceed our fans' expectations.
So the Jennifer is going to be. I'm sorry. Let me start over.
Jennifer is the replacement.
Okay, and she's the one who played Seamus.
Samus.
Is it
Seamus?
She's also the voice.
She's Irish. Irish.
Also the voice actor for
Samus?
Naomi Hunter. Metal Gear.
Oh yeah. Like she used to do a lot of stuff. She was one of the A-listers back in the day. So it's nice to kind of see her come back, but it sucks when it's at the expense of another voice actor. But I guess it is what it is. After Platinum's statement, Taylor took to Twitter and voiced her side of the story. She stated that she had no prior commitments and plenty of time to do the role, but she had to turn down the offer that was made to her of $4,000. Taylor was insulted by the offer, given the franchise has made well over $450 million. Her years of training warrant more than what was on offer, and it wasn't worth her time, basically.
Wow.
Taylor went on to ask fans to boycott Bayonetta 3 and instead spend the money they would have used to buy the game to invest in charity.
This reminds me a little bit of what happened to John DiMaggio for
Futurama.
Mm.
Futurama. Yeah, that's it. I was like, what was he in? I forgot. But yeah.
Hello.
So I'm curious,
Hello.
where do you
Sounds
guys
familiar.
stand on this? What are your
There's some
opinions?
tea there. I feel like there's some hot tea there because she is not advertising, but she's definitely like stating her salary, which is
She broke an NDA, by the way, to say that. Just FYI.
yeah. I mean,
Wasn't there similar shit with Black Widow?
Oh
Mm,
yes.
Yeah, but that one is a little bit more egregious.
Yeah.
I only
with
made
Black Widow.
$2 million.
I only
Yeah,
bought one
but at
house
the
this
same
year.
time,
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, on one hand, rich is rich. So in Black Widow, it was with Scarlett Johansson. It's a little bit different, but so far as the legality of it, I would have sided with Scarlett because, yeah, they are retained under an assumption of success, a certain measurable. It's like you sign on to something when you're at that high level, when you're an A-list celebrity, you sign on to something with a certain amount of expectation, which is like when you're doing like risk assessment on a job of, is this worth my money and time, is this not worth my money and time. She's signing on with a certain expectation, and then that was flipped on its head, and it super did not happen because it went her movie went straight to video. And with this, like, I don't know how much voice actors get paid, and I'm
Not a lot.
very
No, not a lot.
not a lot. So, like, I really couldn't imagine, like, is the amount she was offered reasonable? Is it not reasonable? Like, without having that reference, that context for reference, I don't know who's the bad guy. Because what if they really were just, what if $4,000 really was just pennies? That's more than I make in a month. But that might have just been like, what a person would expect for like 4 hours of work. How would I know? I don't, not yet. But like, I would need to know more context in order to determine like who's the bad guy here. Because if the company really was shitting on her, then yeah, blow them up a little bit, in the media sense.
Oh.
How about you, Jess?
Ben,
Oh,
Me?
yeah.
I missed most of this, but I read the article a little bit earlier when it was posted, and pretty much what Carmen was just saying, like, if there's a legitimate reason or like you have the shit to back it up. But if there was an NDA, that changes everything, because like you shouldn't, I don't know. It's keep it internal, and like to go public on shit like that, I feel like it's kind of shitty, especially if there's an NDA.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm kind of like on the fence when actors, voice actors do shit like that. Like it's if they have a reason, they do it, and if it jeopardizes their career, like they should probably know that. So it's at this point, it's like, you do you, and you deal with the consequences.
Yeah. How about you, Alec?
Well, it's just like anything, like other video game things. I have no doubt Jennifer Hale's going to do an awesome job because she does awesome jobs in her voice roles. But I can say the same thing when it came to MGS5. David Hayter didn't voice Venom Snake, so when I'm playing for MGS5, it's just not the same. So for the fans of Bayonetta, it's not going to be the same for them.
Yeah, I feel like that's a really good comparison to the whole David Hayter thing, because like that's kind of the essence of what's going on here, like dialed up to 11, because fucking David Hayter was legitimately Snake for like a decade.
Forever.
Forever. for a long ass time, right? And he had played Snake every single time he was in anything ever up until the point where they were just like, okay, you're done.
It's
So
like
like,
replacing James Earl Jones. Sorry.
yeah, like that was kind of a different. I mean, it's a similar situation, but I feel like that's kind of a more unique case because of how long it ran across. And I feel like, they kind of owed David Hayter and the fan base keeping him attached as long as he wanted to be attached to it, and kind of cutting him off was kind of fucked up to everybody. But in this instance, we're talking about 2 games. This isn't like a top tier property. Like, Bayonetta is known, but it's not like, you mention Bayonetta and everybody knows what the fuck you're talking about, right? So I feel like it's definitely wrong to break that NDA. She should have talked directly to the company and worked something out. But I feel like with the internet and social media being so prevalent, people just they give into temptation to like reach out and hope that enough people will sympathize with them and create some kind of a movement in support of them. And I feel like that's kind of manipulation a little bit.
True.
And part of this too is like, I didn't go into the weeds here, but she had mentioned like she kind of elaborated beyond this and kind of went like, oh, like Bayonetta's my role. I am Bayonetta. Like no one else should be allowed to be her and stuff like that. And it's just like,
I'm the real Ada Wong. Me.
not really. You don't really have that longevity to have that ownership in it. And at the end of the day, too, like she was given the opportunity to make that decision. She auditioned for it. She was offered the role, and she made the call that this isn't adequate enough. So she parted ways, and she has the right to do that. That's totally okay. And yeah, like $4,000, depending on the person, is going to mean different things. To Scarlett Johansson, who makes $2 million a movie, that's
Only makes
That
only
would
$2
be
million.
charity to
Yeah,
her.
that's nothing, right? That's a joke. But to somebody working a
That's a
normal
latte.
job, if you go and you record a week of
Starbucks.
dialogue, or more likely a couple of days of dialogue in a booth for $4,000, it's not bad. Yeah, sure, you can compare, okay, I'm only getting $4,000 compared to the 450 million the franchise has got, but that's not going to one person. It's going to several companies. It's going to musicians and other actors and designers and developers and researchers. And, that there's a big web that fans out to. And yeah,
Artists
of course,
and in between artists.
like
Mhm.
anything else, the CEO is going to get a big chunk of that, but that's just life. That's not video games only. That's how the world works. And that sucks. And it's not great. But like, you can't just be like, why'd I only get $4,000 out of 450 million? Like, that's not a real argument that you can have. It doesn't work that way.
That whole bit about manipulation, you have a great point there. And it really makes me wonder, like, really who is the bad guy, because she could just be, she could just be attention grabbing, attention seeking,
bitch.
I will not say such a thing, but I mean, she could be, not in the right here. And I literally can't tell. And who's to say that, like, let's assume that she is in the right, which I'm thinking less and less she is. But who's to say, because we don't have the details, whether or not she did reach out to production or to whoever was in charge of casting, and ask them, to negotiate and have some conversations. And she might have had a few conversations and then felt like she couldn't, like she wasn't being heard, or that she couldn't get her way, or couldn't get her I was going to say needs met, but and just say, well, fine. And then to be lied on by them claiming that her schedule was an issue when she's clearly saying it's not.
Yeah, they did say too, or I think she somebody pointed it out. I don't remember if it was her or somebody else, but she did directly reach out to Kamiya, who is the producer, I think, and who she had kind of a working relationship with, with the previous 2 titles. So she reached out to him to, kind of plead her case, like, hey, I want to do the role, but it's not enough money or whatever, or raised her concerns in another way. And that's when she was offered the $4,000. So like initially it was probably less than that. And then they've, after reaching out to him and getting whatever additional funds, that was their ending point. Like $4,000 was the roof. But again, the only thing that I think is kind of shitty on Platinum's side of it is the fact that they lied about why the replacement happened. To say like, I mean, I get it. It's, you got to be PC and you can't talk about things the way that they really are or whatever, but to straight up lie and be like, oh, it was a conflict of schedules or whatever, that's kind of fucked up.
You don't got to lie to kick it. You just say that,
But
it didn't work out. You don't have to say why necessarily.
Yeah.
You don't got to lie to kick it. Seriously.
If she was going to go this route, I feel like she should have just taken it. And then once her NDA timeframe was over, then spoken out about it. Like if the role's that important to you and you are really invested in it and the fan base and the integrity of the thing, just take it. It's not nothing. $4,000's a good amount of money, right? So you're getting compensated, you're getting the job, you're fulfilling, your desire to be in that role, and you're doing the right thing for the fans, right? And then you're not breaking the law, you're not breaking the NDA, you can address that in the proper way, and then you can be heard appropriately, and then you can instill change that way, because there is a problem in the voice acting community where voice actors don't get paid very much, and that should change. And there is waves kind of going across the industry where like voice actors are getting paid more, unions are stepping in more. Some companies are even starting to implement royalties and things like that, where if you're in like Grand Theft Auto and they, you're getting tons of royalties back from this game, they give it, there's a little bit of a kickback to the voice actors, things like that. So there's progress happening there, and you can support that by having conversations like this. If you feel like you're being shortchanged or whatever, or if a company's doing something kind of shady on the side, lying about why you didn't get the job, things like that, there's a right way to handle that, I feel like. And it should be talked about, just maybe in a better way.
Right.
Just want to
Papa.
mention that $4,000.
Oh.
Maybe I did some really weird math here. I can't even tell you what I did because
Your
Your mic is poopy
Carmen, yeah, you're
and out of sync.
yeah, you're freaking out. Can you disconnect?
Are you
Disconnect and reconnect?
out? Wow.
Disconnect and reconnect.
Wow.
Okay. Be gone.
Be gone. Whoosh.
Get the fuck out.
Wow.
Alec comes back just in time to be like, get the fuck out.
What were we talking about?
Hey, fuck you guys.
Wow.
It's better though.
It is better.
Okay. So when I was starting to, oh my gosh, did I forget what I was starting to say? Oh yeah, that my math might have been really wonky here because I notoriously have never learned some of my times tables, and I count on my fingers and toes and stuff. But from what I calculated, $4,000. I don't know where I got this math, but I'm pretty sure that's only about $24 an hour. Don't ask how. I don't know what I did.
Yeah, I don't know how you worked out that math.
Let me see.
Because
what I did
generally
here.
on something like this, you're probably looking at 3 to 4, 8 to 10 hour sessions in the booth.
3 to 4, 8 to 10.
That's not bad money.
So 4 times 10 is 40 hours. Right? So
we don't get paid anything to do our voice stuff, so
right? It could be worse.
it can take like 12 to 24 hours. Outside the residence, just freaking pay
Okay,
me,
so-
Alec. That shit is hard.
Wow.
It's hard to be excited now.
Okay, so if your math, if we're assuming it takes 40 hours to do that, that's $100 an hour, which is okay.
Yeah,
that's
terrible,
much,
right? God.
Shit.
and that's like
Garbage.
4 times as much as I had calculated. Don't ask how I calculated that. I don't even know anymore.
Right. So
Um,
again, like it's not a bad deal to just kind of, shut up for a little while you ride out
Right?
the NDA time frame. You made good money for a couple of
Mhm.
days of work.
Or
Let that
if
NDA expire and then talk about it.
Yeah.
maybe if she's so into the
Money.
no,
Money.
no, actually the recognition of the role, saying like I am Bayonetta,
Mhm.
then perhaps she could have asked for something in the contract that she like automatically, like she had to audition for this role. Would have, if she is the face, the voice of the character, then just automatically like
Well, she's not even though. Like
contract
it's
her
not
into
her face. Like her design isn't based off her face. She's just the voice.
right. Okay, I was gonna say like I would maybe try and negotiate to be Bayonetta in number 3 if it comes. You know what I'm saying? If it comes out.
Well, that's the thing. Like she was offered the role. Like they're not going to pay her more on Bayonetta 4.
Mhm.
Mm.
Like so yeah, it's
Yeah.
just it's a little
I feel like her argument is kind. I'll say this really quick, like not in like a bad way or anything, but that's like if Carmen had told you, no, you can't replace Ashley with somebody else. I'm
Yeah.
Ashley. Whereas like the opposite would be
Yeah.
like Ellie. Like if Ashley Johnson was like walked away, she is the likeliness, and Ellie, like they wouldn't be able to just replace her. Like this
I
is
mean,
where my brain is going from one to the other, because it's just like you're not her, you're not the
Mhm.
likeness, you're a voice. We can replace the voice if you don't like how we do it, like, and if
Mhm.
you go against NDAs. So that's all I've been thinking about. Like
you're putting yourself at risk, because like
and she could be blacklisted
no
now. Is
matter
what you're saying?
how no matter
Yeah.
how you look at it personally, like you're kind of privileged to get that opportunity. Like a lot of talented people are vying for that. It's like a long time ago we talked about like game developers, and kind of the demand for being a developer is so high that the competition is so fierce that people tend to get taken advantage of. You
Mhm.
you can get underpaid, you can be overworked,
When you're a dime a
and
dozen, you get fucked.
that's the nature of the business. That's entertainment.
this
That's
work.
game production, it's movie production, it's acting, it's voice acting, it's anything artistic. There's such a high demand for it that you need to be willing to make those sacrifices or not. If it's important enough to you, you're going to pursue it and try to get the best out of it that you can. And the more you put yourself into it, the more you're going to get back, right? The more famous you become, the more high profile properties that you attach yourself to, you're going to get a clout, and that's going to warrant higher demand. And then, you can build yourself up that way, but you're never going to be owed anything. Like, it's just not that simple. Like, fuck it. I'd say David Hayter is probably one of the most prolific voice actors in the industry. And he was prone to the same fucking thing. If it happened to him, it can happen to anybody.
Mhm.
So like, who are you? But yeah. Silent Hill.
Ew, she's looking sexy in her all like no face looking, gonna stab you.
Silent Hill games are making a comeback, according to the new Silent Hill movie director. Christoph Gans, I think is how you say his name, the director of the original Silent Hill movie, is directing a sequel to his original film. He recently sat down with a French movie and video game website to talk about the project. In the interview, Gans confirmed that several Silent Hill games are in fact in development, including Team Bloober's Silent Hill 2 remake. He also confirmed that to some extent, Team Silent, the original development team, is involved in some capacity. Gans said, quote, there are several games in development as we speak. There are several teams on it. With a big line of games, they will revive the franchise. I think they were really impressed with the success of the remakes of the Resident Evil games that are evidently exceptional. He went on to say, quote, I'm working with Konami, but not with Kojima, though, but with the Silent team, who I meant when I filmed the first Silent Hill movie. So that's interesting.
Isn't this what you've always been hoping for?
Now I've been hoping for fucking Resident Evil not to be garbage, but I have been wanting Silent Hill to come back, and it's interesting too that he mentioned specifically people that he had worked with previously in
Kojima.
Team Silent. So Team Silent, like they disbanded after Silent Hill 4, and that's when everything kind of became westernized and everybody ended up hating Silent Hill because it didn't feel like Silent Hill anymore. That's because it was taken over by Western developers and the style and the theme and the vibe of it changed. So the fact that Team Silent is supposedly involved in whatever they're working on now, it legitimately has a chance to be more in line with the original 4 games, which is really interesting.
It's interesting that to be a good Silent Hill, it has to maintain the Japanese cultural vibe.
Well, it's more about authenticity, right? You know, like you have like an American themed story told by Japanese writers.
Right.
So it's going to be it's going to have a feel. It's going to have
Right.
a vibe. So if
Right.
you take that same story, that American themed story, and you have American writers write it, something's going to be lost in translation there.
Right. I think like our definition of horror or what's spooky, what's scary, what's dark or messed up is different than the Japanese like horror aesthetic, like vibe, feel, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And but the Japanese have been really successful into like getting into your psyche, where maybe we just rely on like blood, guts, whatever stupid shit.
That's actually 100% it. That's because that was the disconnect for the most part. I feel like cosmetically, when the transition happened, they were pretty close to each other. When the movie came out, you know, there was that transition from the normal world to the demon world that they did kind of differently in the movie that ended up translating into the game. So there's a little bit of a disconnect there. But I think more so it was what you just said. You know, the American writers are more about like violence and gore and being visceral and, you know, these kind of things that
Shock value
are popular in America during that time, where, you know, the Japanese writers were coming from a place of like psychological horror, you know, like internal horror, like, you know, like with James in Silent Hill 2, he was making his own hell based off of, you know, what he did in life, and it was just a very different concept, where instead of taking that, you know, more of a thinking man's kind of horror story and turning it into just like blood and gore and violence and demons, you know, it wasn't the same. That's not what people wanted from Silent Hill, and you know, it's like Resident Evil. You're not getting what you are promised. When you see the Silent Hill name, you're expecting a certain kind of horror, and then we stopped getting that, and people stopped caring.
I got it. We expect to be, and we expect in the original games to be deeply disturbed. Like the attraction to these games was to be like deeply disturbed and deeply spooked, instead of like blood and guts and slasher shit. Blah.
Right. Yeah. It was a thinking person's horror thing. You know, it's like, oh, why is all this happening? What's going on? You know, like, why is everything so fucked up and weird? And what the fuck is with these monsters? And, you know, and then the monsters, like in Silent Hill Downpour, they were uninspired. You know, they just felt like, you know, rawr monster. You know, it wasn't like, what the fuck is this thing? But yeah.
Agreed.
Yep. Alrighty. Give me 1 second.
Silent Hill. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Well, now you know how to count.
Oh, does he? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm looking at this picture.
It was on the radio.
And there's veins on her little nurse's cap. Like everything is veiny.
Yeah.
Everything's like
Well-
skin. Like her cute little hair flap is actually like a flop of skin.
That's part of the whole like hell dimension or whatever, you know, like there's veins and shit on the walls too and on the floor.
But not on the
it's
knife.
But
Interesting. Yeah.
that is kind of interesting. It's not possessed, okay? Leave it alone. It's not a possessed knife. Okay. So we just got a couple more things to go through. I was going to talk about The Chant, which is an upcoming survival horror game, but we were going to watch a trailer and stuff like that, but we're running a little bit long. But The Chant looks good. Check it out. Watch the trailer. There's a couple trailers out there. They just showcased a bunch of gameplay, and it looks kind of neat. It looks like it's kind of the gameplay style is a little bit like Last of Us, but like everything is like witchy themed. You know, like your defensive weapons and your melee. It's all revolving around like spells and like collecting things to make enchantments to things, and like limited resources where you have to like, oh, you know, I can create a weapon here and then maybe I can fight off a monster, or maybe I should run away and save this for later. So it's more like traditional style survival horror, and it looks pretty. Graphics are nice. Looks interesting. So check it out.
You check it out.
Overwatch. I'm gonna check it out.
Good.
Good.
Wow.
I will do it.
Wow.
Do it. Just do it.
Oh no. Am I missing an image? I am. But Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 is broken. It launched broken. I'm sure everybody's
Oh yeah,
surprised.
yeah.
Another
yeah,
AAA
yeah.
title launching broken. Games as a
I
service.
sent you that shit. I sent you
Everybody's
that
surprised.
shit. I
But
remember. It's
the
been a
game
while.
launched with a whole bunch of issues. First, Blizzard had to completely remove two characters, Bastion and Torbjorn, because both characters were apparently broken, or they had game breaking bugs, basically, I guess is what it was. You'd trigger their super move or whatever, and it would like you could spam it to the point where you were like invincible or whatever. So they had to remove two characters completely. Blizzard also made the idiotic decision that to play the game, you have no choice but to provide a phone number as a security measure to access the game. And what makes it worse is anyone using prepaid phone, like a prepaid phone package, would not have a valid phone number that would work with the game. So if you don't have a phone, or you use a prepaid phone, or you don't want to provide your phone number, you're fucked. You can't play the game. You can't access it whatsoever.
Which
And they didn't make this public knowledge either. Like you wouldn't even know about this until you bought the game, or not. It's free to play, but you installed the game and then you went to play it. You know, at that point, you're fucked.
so it discriminates against minors and discriminates against people who are poor and like can't get like a regular phone plan. Like I was like that for bajillions of years.
Yeah, I've known people that don't have phones, or what, like they can't afford a phone. So
Yeah.
Blizzard's just saying,
Or
Blizzard,
or-
yeah, Blizzard's just
So-
saying, fuck you guys.
See
We don't
what
give a shit about you.
They wouldn't
People
even
who
be
use-
playing it anyway.
Maybe
You
they're
know-
going to a non-Amish friend's house. You don't know. And yeah,
they're sneaking out.
even better than that, Overwatch 2 servers were down as a result of a DDoS attack, which locked
Mhm.
players out of the game entirely.
Mhm.
Plus, the game is plagued by long queue times, so waiting in lobbies to play with other players, glitches, poor performance, and so on and so on. Modern day gaming, everybody. The norm.
The norm.
The norm. And what did Blizzard do to compensate players for all this bullshit? What do you think they did?
They
Jack
shot
shit.
the bed.
I forgot.
They should have
Something
just
really lame, but I
should have
forgot.
shut down the servers is what they should have done. They offered
Sincere apology.
They offered double XP, a free skin, and a weapon charm. Yay! Digital
Doesn't-
throwaways. Woo!
It's the key to open the box to drive the car in the loading menu.
Woo!
Woo. Lame.
Yeah, it's pretty lame.
Yeah.
And then a couple things just to blow through real quick. Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3 Portable are releasing in 2023 on modern consoles, which is cool. Those games are really rare at this point and very expensive, so not a lot of people get the opportunity to play them. So this will give a much wider audience the chance to play some really good Persona games. the actress playing Ellie in HBO's The Last of Us show was encouraged not to play the games.
Wow.
That's weird. They're like, you're
Isn't
gonna
that
hate.
great?
You're
So
gonna
we got-
hate it. Just don't.
We got Joel, who doesn't fucking want to be faithful to the video game version of the character, and now we have Ellie, who isn't even going to know anything about the character.
They're
It's
like,
great.
it's better if you don't.
I swear to God, they're just trying to piss people off, or they're probably just trying to do their own bullshit. You know, they're not trying to make a faithful recreation of the game. They're just trying to do, well, this is our interpretation of the game. And I fucking hate that.
You know what I'm gonna do? Like when the first episode airs, I'm gonna watch it, and then that week I'm gonna watch the live Critical Role, and I want to see if Ashley Johnson shits on them.
I hope
She
so.
probably won't because she's actually like professional, but
Right.
you know, I would. I'd be like, the fuck?
Would there be like maybe a teeny tiny subtle throwaway shade?
Maybe.
Possibly.
I hope so.
Maybe.
Mhm.
And then Street Fighter 6, I was going to say 5,
Uh-oh.
has an amazing and terrifying character creator according to beta players. I have
want
some
to be
examples
terrifying.
to show you of what you can do with a creative fighter.
I hope it's like that Soul Calibur or whatever game.
So some of the things you can make are this.
Oh damn! His pecs are bigger than his head.
Or
Like one individual peck. Grab him up. One individual.
wow.
Peck.
Or you could make this.
Oh.
That's what I would make.
Or this.
That's a dick.
Ah.
That's a dick.
It is a dig. It's a
Yeah.
dick
How is
person.
that like? How is that like half speed? I'm just concerned about the dress choice, like the half skirt.
To
Half.
hide the balls.
But it's cool because you can also make like real shit that looks nice like that.
Oh, that's totally. I want that.
Yeah, so
I want that hair.
I'm very curious. I didn't even I think I knew that it had a creative fighter mode. I might have talked about it when they announced Street Fighter 6, but I totally forgot about it. But yeah, that's really cool. And it looks like it's super detailed. Like the quality of it, like the graphics look good. The characters
yeah.
don't look cheap and plastic like a lot of creative fighters
They're
character
fantastic.
things do.
Until you give them like a 12-inch waist
But yeah, you can make
and like a 50
creepy-
inch,
Mhm.
like
creepy
50
monster
inch,
characters,
like,
or you can make nice
like,
looking things. So it's cool.
shoulders like this and a waist like I wear a corset.
Alrighty. So
Okay, sorry.
we're gonna watch that trailer that Jazz gave me real quick, and then
Bra.
we will be done with the news.
Well, no, but you know,
What?
we
No?
can. I just
No.
had like two really quick things. One of them was regarding
Oh.
that trailer. It
Yeah,
was a
well, I'm
trailer for
pulling-
a game, and the other one's just a really quick thing I found.
Roll
That's really
'em.
stupid.
While I'm pulling this up, go ahead and start that up.
Start what up?
Whatever you're gonna talk about. You said
No, you
you
gotta
had
watch.
Probably we had to watch it first.
Well, you
I
said
can
you said,
I can talk about what the trailer is if you don't want to play the trailer because it's I know like we're
you
running.
said
a
you
long
had
time.
two things. One was about the trailer and one was not, right?
Yeah, so I was gonna like if we played the trailer and I was gonna talk about what's the game, and then the other one is just like a stupid article I found.
Okay.
But
well,
we don't have to play the
I have
trailer.
it pulled up, but
Stupid
I was just
article.
saying you could talk about the one that wasn't relevant to the video, but now the time has passed and we're gonna watch the video. Here we go.
Ah! My bad.
Likely mature. Probably.
Likely.
Man, Dan.
Made him in.
Lonnet Entertainment.
Charles Larnett, please.
Speaking.
My name is Grantham Dumet. I'm in a privileged position.
What do we know about this guy? He's rich, he's a recluse, he's obsessed with H.H. Holmes. Totally sane, I'm sure.
Some of the rooms are full recreations from the murder castle.
Guys, is that you?
Castle.
There's a ton of killer footage to be had here.
My time is at a premium. We need to do this today.
What the f is this?
Oh my god. Are you shooting any of this? No one is gonna believe it without proof. Wait, no! What the?
Someone!
What is this?
It's a fucking booby trap.
I've told you what I have. Please don't waste my time. Am I sending the car or not?
Another man of Medan.
Go away. Jeez.
It feels
Yeah.
try hard. No.
It's another man of Medan.
Man Medan. Yeah,
Man
I was going to talk about that one a couple of weeks back because they're kind of retooling it a little bit where it's more of a fucking video game where you can actually like
Not
participate
just
more
a very
and there's
confusing thing.
there's like puzzles and more interactivity and stuff. So I'm hoping it'll be good.
I'm gonna get it. I'm excited. I had a little bit of information on it for anybody who hasn't, been following the very good games of Man of Medan.
I have.
I mean, shit, we played all of them together at this point, haven't we?
We did.
I do not know. I need the knowledge.
Man of Medan was the first game in the Dark Pictures anthology game. So it's by Bandai Namco, and it's a series of standalone branching cinematic horror games from the same studio that I don't know if you've played Until Dawn. It's not related to the game, but it's the same studio. So they were spooky like at times, right? I know I screamed. Sean killed me. Each game can be played either like it's a game that you can just pick up and play in short sessions, either alone or with a friend. And when you play as co-op, it's like what you're doing and you're seeing is something completely different from what the other character like Bob and Joe go off on their own. And now like I'm seeing what Bob's doing, Sean's seeing what Joe's doing, depending on what we decide to do can affect the other person, which is how Sean killed me.
You killed me too. You killed me first.
I shot you
in Man of Medan. You shot me in the fucking locker.
So this has just become like we even if they got shittier and shittier as we go, we keep playing them because they're really funny. A little brief description. Man of Medan was the first game. It's a group of friends that go on a boat. They do some diving. They get boarded by pirates. They get brought to a ghost ship, and they basically all die because we suck at the game. I think you had to find stuff, but I don't remember. Little Hope.
Dying.
This is my description of the games, by the way, so they're probably super not accurate. Little Hope is the second game where a group of students and this one old lady and their teacher are on a bus, and the bus breaks down in a town called Little Hope, which is a town with a super shady ass past, like witch burnings and shit. And the group they're not able to leave the town. There's some weird fog where they have to hold hands. I don't know why. And they have to figure out the secrets behind the town to leave or something. But then they probably all die. The third one, House of Ashes. I don't even fucking know what the game was about. There was a house in Egypt. It started off like ancient Egypt, and then there's a house in like Afghanistan or Egypt or somewhere in the Middle East, and they're at war. And there's soldiers from both sides fall in an underground cave, and then there's like bats or like vampire shit. Don't know. So this one seems like
mummy zombies.
This one seems like the redemption
Spiders.
of the other games, right? The Devil in Me. It's a group of documentary filmmakers that receive a mysterious call, as we saw, inviting them to a modern day replica of a serial killer's murder castle. It's an opportunity for them that they can't pass up. So they go, oh, bye, Carmen. She got scared. She got scared. And they take the opportunity. The hotel is the perfect set for their new episode, but things aren't quite as they seem. They discover that they're being watched and manipulated, and suddenly there's even more at stake than just their ratings. I was looking through the pictures and I saw the character with the red hair, and I was like, oh, great, that's going to be my favorite, and Sean's going to kill me because
yeah,
that's what he does. Couldn't save me from a house on fire. Couldn't save me from falling down a fucking cliff.
That house part in the beginning was fucking hilarious.
We were doomed. We had you set the house on fire with your coffee machine, I guess. I don't remember.
Did we scream that? I don't even remember.
We recorded it, and I still have recordings.
Did I just never post it?
Probably.
Son of a.
I did. I put them in my.
I know it's not posted because I cataloged your entire freaking. I cataloged every one of your videos on the word, so I know that it's not on the YouTube.
There you go. No,
I know this for certain.
Some clips of the Little Hope were in my compilation of gaming with friends. There's a couple of them in there. So The Devil in Me is set to release November 18th, so in like a month. And for
sweet.
PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, That's a lot. There's a lot of X's and PC, and this game is supposed to be a season 1 finale. So, you know, when we saw the books on the shelf in the first game, and I was like, "Oh, look at all the other games." Yeah, this is season 1. yeah, and that's season 1. So that is Man of Medan 4. I'll have to come up with a good name for that one because it was Man of Dick, Little Ho, and House of Asses. So
Man of Medan.
Something else.
House of Asses.
Man of Medan.
Man of Medan.
Yeah, I hope if they do a season 2, they continue to try to make it a little bit deeper. You know, add more gameplay in there.
Yeah.
More things you can do, more exploration that like is meaningful, because you're just kind of wandering around until you trigger the next cutscene. Basically, like I want to find things. You know, let me find a knife that I can use in a cutscene down the road and defend myself, or something like that.
Yeah,
I hope they do
even
that.
if it's I had a picture, I forgot. Even if it's garbage, we'll still have fun playing. We'll stream it this time. That was the picture I had ready. I don't know. I like that they put the images in the skull. Yeah. So
It's funny. I just go ahead.
I was just say go look at the trailer we just watched.
I would do it.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah. I just recently learned that apparently Until Dawn was supposed to be like a completely different game. It was supposed to be built as a PlayStation Move exclusive game, and it was completely like I think it was like over the shoulder kind of perspective, and you could freely move around, and you could control a flashlight with the Move controller, and like it was more of an action adventure kind of a game, which is really interesting. Oh,
she's like,
I can't tell you. You were. I don't know.
Yeah, and then they scrapped it and they started over, and then we got what we got. There, see. Now I have my own. Did you know? There you go, Alec. All right. Do we have any gams?
Didn't you have one more thing, Jazz?
That's okay.
Oh no. What is it?
It was really stupid.
Stupid is
you're
the
gonna
best.
love it. Can you reshare my screen?
It's really stupid. You're gonna love it. Yeah.
No, you're gonna hate it, John.
Sometimes I like.
Hey, look, I made a picture for it.
But I'm tall.
Wow.
Resident Evil.
Who the fuck?
It's Keanu Reeves.
Is that potatoes?
Yeah, I'll
That's
explain the potatoes.
Reeves. Okay.
So, Resident Evil Village, the crappiness is coming up with a DLC, and I didn't read the whole article. I skimmed through it, but basically, they're making Lady Dix McStrew like even smaller. That's why she's so tiny here, and he's taller because that's a quote from Speed. They're making her shorter because I don't know why. They're just making her shorter.
That's like 80% of her thing. I don't even know. I haven't even played it, but that seems to be like 80% of her thing. And
I haven't
like,
played it either, and I don't know why.
Her so great, by the way. Okay.
Yeah, and
It was
because
you can fit her through the doors when you're playing the game.
Yeah, it was something to do with making it to make her playable. They had to shrink her a little bit.
Yeah, but it's still stupid.
She
like,
can
hey, we're
duck.
making a big DLC and this super tall. This is why the potatoes. I'm skimming through this and all of the things. There's just a picture of potatoes. And the article continues. Potatoes.
Is that like an ad for like something? That's fine.
I think they were like, hey, you're reading about Village and you hate all this shit, so here's nice potatoes. I don't know.
Enjoy some potatoes.
So, for those of you who like Village, okay, you can stop sharing my screen now.
Oops! Wow!
Wow! Kicks out Carmen.
Whoa! What did I miss? What? No biscuit.
Jazz, you're delayed. You have a delay
today.
I know. I was born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Is it?
I started to say that, but I laughed.
Hello?
No.
Hello?
You're fine. Wait, let me see. Okay. Yeah, you're fine. Oh wait, no, you're not.
No,
fine.
you're not fine.
Yay! I'm not the only one.
Technical difficulties. Every episode.
Yeah.
It's part of the charm.
Bella will be at work until Jazz.
Wow. We are professionals. All right.
Yes, we are. Okay.
That I literally closed the whole browser.
head out.
Okay, it's game time.
All right.
Game time.
Game
Yeah.
time. I'm guessing I'm the one that has games.
I
Jesus.
never have gams. I started, but I didn't.
All right, this one's the reverse and remember game. So all we have to do is listen to the reverse video game clip and tell me what they are, what it is. All right, so here is the first one.
What man said to help me? Oops, ja, daar moet worden, hè. Het is nog uit. Hier, Roos. Wat man sir, heb je de telkere hier? Het gaat. Mag killen af voor juist. Say, rip.
That's
think you
Resident Evil.
Yeah, I think you did that one before, didn't you? I'm sorry too.
So,
When Birkin gets shoosted.
Is
Well,
it,
you
or is
got
it
it
Dino
right.
Crisis? Oh, no, never mind.
yeah, it is Resident Evil 2. So
There he is. So you finally come. Doctor,
Nah.
we're here to collect the G-Virus sample. Sorry, but I won't just hand over my life's work.
Mm-hmm.
You might hit the sample.
Yeah.
I think we have done this before.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, all right, won't do reverse then because I fucked up. My bad. Right, next game.
Bye, Carmen.
Oh,
Mother
Hello.
fudge and sheet. I was starting to say that we would all get a point except for me because I was slow in the uptake, but then I don't know if you heard that.
I think you're
because
doing something on your end because
I
every time
literally am
every
not.
time you disappear, it like Steam pops up and says that you're playing Neverwinter. So stop playing games over there. Quit playing games with my heart.
What I was doing is I was scrolling my wish list on Steam and I added the Man of Medan, and like I added the 3 games to my wish list, and if I buy them as a bundle I can save 34% and my cost would only be $46.
Well, I hope it was worth it because it kicked you out of the.
I
Can't be in
I
two
will
places at
close
once.
I will close my Steam right now, but I swear to God I wasn't playing any games.
All right, Alec.
Yep. I'm just going to send you the next thing.
Do you have an
bear
old
with
folder
me.
of the reverse game?
I usually have everything set up like the next week, so never mind. Okay, sure. I just sent you a picture of a new game.
Ooh.
Fidget game.
It's called What's That Box Art?
Ooh, I'd be good at this.
What's that hell's making that box? Art.
Am I supposed to be seeing something?
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just waiting
Well-
for.
Yes, but no.
Yes, but no.
I just, technical. I just want to know if I was missing something.
There we go. Cam.
So, tell me the name of the video game from the parts of box art.
Jason
Jason?
Wesker Lego.
Jason.
Wait,
Jason
Are all those
Wesker
pictures
Lego? What the fuck?
that's the Terminator. But so wait, is each picture like something for the
Jason-
title of the game?
Terminates
Right, so-
a Lego. Terminago.
Every picture is a part of the box art of a video game. Yes, tell me what the video game is.
So
Oh,
in
they're
this
3 different
example, we're
games.
getting 3
Mhm.
different answers.
Hmm.
Does that little E for everything logo
Mm.
count? Is that one of them? Is that like a 4th one?
Well, I don't think he's going to be for everything with the first picture.
Right.
So
and the
obviously
second
it's gonna
one's
be
the
that
Terminator.
old Friday the 13th game.
Friday the 13th on NES. Terminator 2
Terminator.
on
Dun, 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 dun.
Genesis. Lego Pirates of the Caribbean
You're good at
on
this.
Xbox. I don't know.
3DS.
Yeah.
The Wonder Swan. No, I'm kidding.
I'm surprised you even know what that is.
I know
Wow,
about
you
old
guys
games,
quite
Sean,
quickly.
not new ones.
Swan.
Bella Swan.
No, Elizabeth Swan from Pirates of the Caribbean. Wow.
Wow.
Why am I here? Just kidding.
Oh my god. Okay. Next one.
Don't ever Twilight.
Wait,
Hold on.
was that the answer?
I gotta get
Yeah.
the file.
It's my technical difficulties dance. Also, I just like doing that.
There we
like
go.
that 70s show.
I
On
was
the
right.
original
Well, mostly.
Nintendo, Super Nintendo T2, and on the Wii. Okay.
I was
So-
right on all the generations of consoles: NES, Super
Yeah.
Nintendo and Genesis, Wii, Xbox,
So do you get a
PlayStation.
75% point? Like a
Wow.
0.34 point? Or I mean 0.34. I can't math.
Pie. Pie.
Sure. I'll give him 75.5 points. Anyway,
0.75 of a point.
7.
Yeah.
2.
And the last game I got is the rename game. And once
Bye, Carmen.
more-
Get off of Steam.
I swear to God, I'm not on Steam. Do you want a screenshot? I'm not. It's not. It doesn't exist.
You just told me Neverwinter.
I'm not. Why are you getting notifications of my Steam activity? Is what
I don't know.
Because he's also on
Are you
Steam playing
stalking me?
Neverwinter.
Apparently I am. It's running in
Yeah,
the background. I
Sean.
guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, that's the pot
Irresponsible.
calling the kettle black.
All right, so the rename game. In this game, all you have to do is rename a video game, movie, TV show, song, book, whatever, with the following word or words. So it's insane, crazy, cuckoo. So, for example, Resident Evil Insane Alien, Cuckoo Taxi, Crazy Gear Solid, and Far Crazy.
What? I don't get it. I mean, I see Crazy Taxi, but you rename it, and you just did that.
It's still cuckoo.
So, Cuckoo Taxi. Cuckoo.
So, like Sabrina the Teenage Cuckoo.
Or the Crazy Witch.
Let's see.
WWE SmackDown, No, You're Crazy.
Zombies ate my cuckoo.
wow.
I want Horizon Cuckoo Dawn.
Cuckoo Dawn.
Cuckoo Dawn.
Okay. Let's see.
How about Elton John's I'm Still Crazy? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cuckoo Creatures.
Insane May Cry.
Pokemon Crazy Red.
Zelda: A Link to the Crazy.
God of Crazy.
God of Crazy.
How about Crazy
Trouble May
Evil
Cuckoo?
3 Nemesis?
This
I
one's
did come
hard.
up-
Yeah. Let's see.
did come up with an offensive one.
Man Crazy 2. Instead of Manhunt 2.
Lara Croft Rise of No, the Crazy Raider. I
Rise
forgot
of
it
the
like halfway.
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo Raider.
Cuckoo Raider. Yeah, that's good.
Lee says Gears of Cuckoo.
Cuckoo May Cry.
Devil May Cuckoo.
So I got Michael Jackson. It doesn't matter if you're black or crazy.
Oh, jeez. Who chose who? What? Okay.
Lee said Crazy Theft Auto.
How about Insane Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Cuckoo.
Space Crazy 5 instead of Space Channel 5.
Life is insane before the cuckoo. What?
Die Crazy.
The land before crazy.
Ducky. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh no. Let's see.
My final offering is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Crazy.
Okay, I'm opening up my Steam so I can look at games.
I can tell because you're free.
Yeah.
No,
your connection is
seriously?
failing.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Your connection's crazy.
your connection is cuckoo.
Jeez Louise, I can't get a break.
Ark the Lad, Twilight of the Crazy.
Munch's Cuckoo. Instead of Munch's Laddie. Munch's Cuckoo. Okay. That's something there.
Assassin's Crazy.
Never Crazy
Fatal
Nights.
Frame, Maiden of Crazy Water from Lee. The fuck is Crazy Water?
Dark Water? Oh, we can do movies too.
Yes.
So
wow.
Yeah.
It's even written on the page.
I know. I don't ask. Yeah, I'm slow. Let's see. Buffy the Crazy Slayer? Buffy the Cuckoo
Oh,
Slayer.
hey, add that to my list of what I watched this week. I watched the original Buffy movie.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's horrible.
Good Lord. What is happening?
Yeah, Buffy the Crazy Slayer actually works really well. She's pretty nuts.
Sorry, I coughed on
I
mute.
had one and then I forgot it.
At least I was
Bleh.
coughing on mute.
Blelin.
I had one and I forgot it.
If it comes to you, you can read it in any comments. But yeah.
Cuckoo Hunter.
Yeah, I think mine was My Heart Will Go Cuckoo.
Night
That's
of
a
the
song,
Living Crazy.
It can be a song.
50
It's a
Shades
song.
of Crazy.
It's a song. Damn it,
All right.
it's a song too.
Go ahead and wrap this one up here.
Yeah, I'm out.
That was
Yeah.
a tough one.
All right, that's the last of the games, unless someone else had a game.
That was too cuckoo. Let's see.
No.
Oh wow, my connection just dipped.
What are you backgrounding, Sean? What's on your background?
Good Lord.
Neverwinter.
Well, hopefully the stream never went. Hopefully the stream holds up. All right. So what read your comments. That's where we are.
Yes.
I'm trying to hold up the stream.
I think I sent you the pictures.
Okay, my connection is back. Holy shit.
Not sure.
So all the comments are from Duel episode 9, and 2 of them are ghost comments.
Spooky.
Right, so first comment is from Demon Hunter. God damn it, I wish you stop. Just stop. Right.
Dory.
Right. The comment is that exact line is the perfect answer machine for annoying callers. The line was, "Oh fuck, why does my life have to be so terrible?" So, question one: would you use anything from Duel or any other different machine there as a ringtone answering machine, and what would it be?
Just put Leon going fuck over and over again. Or that'd be a good text. Just sitting on the bus. Fuck!
Bitch!
Son of a bitch!
You fucking asshole!
I used to have Shayla from RCS just going "fuck you" every time I got a text. They kept going off at work, and I got in trouble though. It was funny.
Worth it.
Worth.
All right, and obviously everyone remembers my one where I had Jazz's.
First time I ever fucking talked to Alec. We're in a call, and all I hear is myself going "no," and I'm like, "That's me."
How'd I
Who
get
is this
over
guy?
there?
Who is this guy?
You guys. I go bye bye.
Yeah. All right, question two: why is life so terrible?
So many reasons. Fortnite, Resident Evil,
Sorry. Hello.
humanity,
Life
life.
finds a way to suck. What?
It sounds like it
What?
could be a
I was
spin-off.
gone for like 37 seconds.
Seven. It could be a spin-off for Life is Stupid, Life is Terrible.
Life,
Yeah.
and then just somebody shaking their head. Just
Life
is. Oh, bye, Carmen.
Oh.
Life's a bitch, and then you die, still trying to get a piece of that apple pie. Every game ain't the same, but the game still remains. Don't seem kind of strange, and a damn thing changed. Just roll it up. Just okay.
You know this is
She
going
left
on
and
the
came
internet,
back.
right?
She left and came back a gangster.
All right, that's the first comment. Let's move on to the second one.
Okay.
At least she didn't Heil Hitler again.
Again.
Hey. Hey.
Hi.
Oh, I closed the wrong thing. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. Oh, look, Hitler.
Right.
Oh, that's not Hitler.
Wow. Stop saying Hitler.
Second comment is from Safyan Hazini, which is a ghost comment. Ooh. The comment is, you guys have no idea how long I've been waiting for this.
For this.
This right here, yo. This right here.
So, question one, do you guys have any clue how long Saffron has been waiting for this?
I don't.
14 and a half
Sounds like
years,
a long
mother.
time. What episode is this? 9?
Yeah.
10 years.
His entire literal lifetime, because he's a teenager, probably.
5 years?
10 minutes. 7 minutes.
7 years.
I don't know why I said 10. What the fuck? I'm new at this.
It's your first day. It's okay.
Like
You're
a day
new-
and a
you're new
half
at this.
because he binged it all at once. Yeah. That's my answer.
Okay.
Too long.
All right, question 2. And what are you guys currently waiting for? What's really like,
What am I waiting for?
Halloween! I don't even
I'm waiting for Resident Evil to not be hot garbage.
What
I'm
am
going
I
to be
really
waiting for a long time.
What am I really waiting for?
I'm waiting for Sean to do his lines in my mission and my projects.
Wow.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
No, you're not.
I also have to do mine.
Yeah.
I'm
What am
gonna
I
say-
waiting for?
I'm waiting for the day I come to Canada and meet you guys. So.
Oh, how dare you have a
I'm
nice
also
one.
waiting for that day.
Wow.
What?
I
It was
got
an
my
imaginary
gun
gun. Oh my
loaded.
god. Yeah, water guns. Get ready.
What am I really waiting for?
Waiting for an answer.
Wow.
To all my problems, yes. That day when I have money to buy all the things and not have to worry, yes.
I'm
Second-
waiting for my
the-
Fortnite to come back to me in the mail.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
I'm waiting for
Fortnite.
I'm waiting for retirement.
The day when I can
Yes.
have like an Alienware computer, like
no, you don't want one of those. That's
are
what
they
I have. and
trash?
It's garbage. Yes.
Oh, okay. Then a custom built gaming computer that's worth like $3,500, and then I can put
that
every
all?
single thing. I don't know.
Why not $4,000? Apparently, that's not worth much.
Because then I'll be $4,000 after tax. I don't know. I'm just making shit up, but
I
it would
mean-
be very nice. Yeah.
If you just did some voice lines for Bayonetta, you could have it.
Oh.
See, I went there
wow.
first,
I
but
should
it
have
went right over your head.
auditioned.
All right, last comment.
Thank you for backing me up there, Alec. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's got it. Last comment then.
Oh,
Noob.
it's my first day.
Nerd.
It's my first day.
Oh, no.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Emma knows where you live.
So the comment is from Elmo's therapist. Comment is, oh my fuck, how long has it been? Holy shit.
Elmo's therapist.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
question
God,
one.
How long has it?
Would you train to become Elmo's therapist?
Oh, he's got some issues, some anger issues, especially with Rocco. I'm telling you.
I don't know how much you're gonna pay me. $4,000.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Alright, question two. Has anyone ever pooped a holy shit?
Has anyone ever pooped a holy shit?
Yeah.
No. Does it
Have
glow?
you ever eaten beets? Red beets.
Yes.
And then thought you were internally bleeding because your stuff came out fuchsia.
No.
Wow.
Carmen's like, because I haven't.
Because I've never done that.
Me neither. It's just I just looked it up.
I was just wondering.
I mean, I'm sure as kids we all like shat our pants in church until we were old enough not to want to go anymore. Just
No.
saying. That we wouldn't remember. Would your parents really tell you? Like, oh, by the way, you used to shit yourself in church. That's a holy shit.
How would
kids
you
shit on everything.
repress that? How would
That's fair.
no.
I repress church as much as I can.
All right, this is TMI for the internet, but I once had the stomach flu in like
Sorry to TMI.
in like elementary school, and I don't know how old I was, but
7.
exactly once. Because flu. Fuck you guys.
Alright. Last question. What would happen if Dual Leon became Elmo's therapist?
Elmo would be
kill
dead.
Well, I don't know. I guess it'd be a race to whether Leon kills him or he kills himself.
That's so true.
Elmo would say one thing and Leon would just be like, I don't fucking care. And then
Elmo
stab
would
him.
turn into Leon. He would like be so traumatized and jaded and everything that Elmo would be worse for wear and unrecognizable at the end of it.
Leon would put a knife in Elmo's hand and like smack it into his face and just keep going, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? And then he would die.
And then Elmo would blame it on Rocco.
No, he'd be dead.
I was just thinking of the Resident Evil 4 remake. What if it was Elmo's voice actor that voiced Ashley?
Oh God.
Oh, wow. I can't.
I mean, we haven't heard her talk. Maybe
No,
maybe it is.
no. I'm actually trying to find that voice. I'm like formulating it in my head here. I can't. I almost did it. I won't do it because I feel like it's stupid.
Yeah, I had to practice it. But yeah, that was
I'll do
Read Your
it.
Comcoms.
Dum-dums.
Those are some comms.
Wee, wee, wee.
Hold on. Hold your horses.
Wee.
Hold your horses. Okay,
Wee.
I'm ready.
Oh,
This
okay.
has been episode 174. Thanks for joining us, everybody. If you enjoy the podcast or any of the content at the Ward, please consider helping us grow by sharing our content, liking the video, and subscribing. You can also support us through patreon.com/thewordproductions to get exclusive content, or buy merchandise like t-shirts, hats, and more on our website, the-ward.com/shop. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Well done.
Wee.
Bye-bye. Or do.
Brown.